100 Thieves on the attack, and we'll see what they opt to do here. It's going to be a pretty standard aggression early on from Shazam, just getting a peek, but he's going to be met by an onslaught potential of 100 Thieves players as they're looking to take some space now and work their way toward A.
And Asuna did switch up to the Phoenix, it looks like. Originally, we saw the Rays in the pregame lobby, so it's going to be a Phoenix. It's actually the full-on mirror match. So 5v5, you're playing the same agents. We've got equal compositions. This comes down to execution, and we're going to see how Sinatra plays his garage. He's been a huge impact player. If you looked at the stats, he was #1 overall with the ACS coming in.
Actually, quite interesting that we ended up getting something like that. It really flew under the radar for myself when I saw the agent select come through. But here's Asuna as he engages the combat right inside of that connector. And it's now going to be Sinatra on the prowl. Does see this spike carrier, but such a smart play to not go for the spike carrier. Instead, he was going to deal with the player in front of him. And that led now to what we see here. Hiko now simply just needing to try and hold this one off. That drone, though, is going to be peppered with shots instantly. No real options for Hiko, try as he might. And Sentinels will be able to get their first round here. And that was even with the scary start there for 100 Thieves. Sentinels, man, and Shazam, what a great play from him. Great decision making.
I mean, Sinatra's so sneaky, making his way onto the site with the frenzy, picks up double headshots. It felt like 100 Thieves had their plan. They had Hiko set up with the shock darts to protect the post plant. Instead, though, one sneaky player and the whole plan falls apart. Pistol round going to Sentinels, and this is a game changer. Normally, when Sentinels win pistols, they're going to rattle off 3 more. They're going to win the next 2, especially that round 3 with the full buy.
Dom's getting early contact there and losing some of that HP. I mean, Dicey just doing that with a classic. Value of that gun cannot be understated. Zamzo, lots to do here. He's going to be the only player on this site. If he's able to get 1 kill, no, he cannot. But he is going to weaken Dicey, which could be quite hurtful for them. 6, so smart there, just chucking that hot hands. Steel's actually going to go down 2 out in the wings now. This is going to leave, I was going to say, a very weakened Dicey. And there's that retake for Sinatra and company. Only player left alive. Once again, it's going to be Hiko in the position to be able to use those darts. Can he actually do it? He's got to get there in time. He does some damage, but there goes the defuse, and Dapper cleans it up. He held that one. He stuck it all the way until the final moments.
But that just shows you the danger of Hiko. Even when he's the last man standing, you have to assume he's in a position to clutch. He's always there to do damage. Shout out to Sinatra again. Already 6 kills. Just that 1 death as Hiko was able to clean him up at the end of the round. But he's got his ultimate ready if needed here in round 3. And that could be a game changer. They've got Vandals. They've got their Phantoms out. This is the most important round here of the first half, in my opinion. Set the tone early for Sentinels. You win this, you can jump out to that 5-round lead.
Yeah, well, Hunter's Fury is going to be the thing that we look out for here if Sinatra decides to use that. We're getting some poke here toward Garage, but there is going to be some utility. And Shazam with the first blood on Steel. Really a big way for them to start there. Dicey going to try and even things up. Now, they know that the activity is happening here in Garage, not only because of that kill, but earlier on, they destroyed that trap wire. So they're just playing this one slowly. Meanwhile, on C-site, Dapper behind that Radiant box, that camera up on high is giving him some decent information.
You can see the Phoenix Asuna trying to push forward to lead this fight, but now you've got Shazam rotating all the way from A, finds the operator kill, and he's set up to get more. Nice entry by Nitro, but he's alone here. Hiko's down C long, and he's going to be blocked out by the smoke. Hiko, last man standing, and he's traded nicely.
That got a little concerning for a moment there, but as you had mentioned, Puckett, they get that 3-round lead. They've now set themselves up to be able to get another round here. They'll have better weaponry for the most part, and on top of which, they'll have to force 100 Thieves into a save. So no matter what, Sentinels are in a great position, and it's a good start for the Ignition Series chance.
Absolutely. Sentinels, such a powerhouse team. They're on top of everyone's rankings for most of the year. A lot of people had them bounce back and forth with TSM after that huge matchup in the middle of the year. Now they're looking to close things out and remind everyone that they could have been in that finals. They were so close. They just missed 1 game against this team. Here comes the push, though. A lot pushing through the middle, and it's all behind the jet ult. Dice is going to convert it into just 1 before the pinch comes from both directions.
Yeah, what was concerning there was that aggression. They knew that they had Shazam dead to rights. He was so weak, but a brilliant stall and regroup from Sentinels has allowed them to be able to come back and hold this one for the time being. Because just because it's an eco round doesn't mean the other team can't win, people. It's very, very possible.
Respect the Sheriffs 100% in this matchup, especially now Shazam's on 5 health. Has no room for error with that operator.
But if he gets one more kill with the op at 5 HP, I mean, that's just insane value that he is providing for his team. Now he just needs the rest of Sentinels to pick up the pieces. So Sinatra maybe anticipating activity toward B. That's exactly what he's getting. He's avoiding all these darts too. And there you go. That's another big kill for Shazam. Patrolling in the outside. Sinatra does go down. So there is an opportunity here for 100 Thieves. In a 3v2, they do have the pistols, but they do have the sight. And they actually end up getting another kill there against Dapper. This is actually massive. They're going to send it over towards C. It's going to make the retake even more challenging here. And there he goes. Right, Spike's going to go down.
Yeah, but they're both one classic shot away from death. It looks like Shazam's just going to play a little time here. And really, you're looking at Zom's to be the closer, right? Shazam's going to get the info. Zom should be able to trade. And then without a doubt, he should have the health advantage. They now know where that drone's coming for. They know the location of Hiko. How do they deal with it? Well, they're just going to stick the bomb and make him come out. Here comes the ult from Hiko, though, from the Cubby. Jet's pinching in. Hiko should fall. And now this is going to be finished because he's able to get it to halfway. Yeah. No time for Nitro to react.
Yeah, no, and you were so right on that one there, Puckett, because with the limited amount of HP, right? Although they do get the spike down, you're just making the best out of a bad situation. Had they planted it at B, it would have been doomsday for sure, because there was just not enough. There you have too many things you have to worry about there. And
you got to give them credit. It's classics, though. They're taking classics into this, and they're getting it down to a 1v1 or a 2v2,
yeah,
and they're getting the bomb planted.
Yeah, they're making these rounds extremely costly for Sentinels, and that's the danger here, Puckett. So look for Shazam once again to maybe get this pick here. It's all about the timing. He does not end up getting it, and even better timing on the other side as 2 players go down, Zoms and Shazam, leaving A site completely exposed.
You see a lot of teams go for half buys in round 4. I love that 100 Thieves saved their cash. They were ready for this big round 5, and they get 2 opening picks. They're investing the Phoenix ult to clear sight. Bomb down. You got your post-plant positions. That's not good news as Dicey gets punished by Sick, but originally a very nice setup. Now they just have to rotate 1 player to long, and already he's there. It's Hiko.
Sick up on high. Sinatra got inside. A player's going to be on the other side of this firewall here, and the firewall actually ends up helping him to get across to the other side. Only 1 player is going to be left standing now. It's Nitro in the corner. He's clutched these out in the past, manages to take out 1, but it is Dapper on the peak. Will get the kill along with that trade. There wasn't really many options there for Nitro, and here we go. 5 rounds for Sentinels.
It started off so nice for 100 Thieves. Then you lose Dicey. After that moment, you see Hiko fall, and the whole site kind of gets pushed apart as Sentinels hit you from every angle. Great retake there. Nice trades in the final moment. Sick investing his ult to make sure they secure the round. They are playing this so textbook up to this point. It's a 5-0 start, and you still have all the guns you need going up against 1 more desperate buy for 100 Thieves.
This is where it gets really troublesome for the First Strike champions, as we'll once again start on the perspective of Shazam. Just the usual position, but he's not getting the pressure, right? The flash, so he knows, like, all right, either they're going to stall or this is going to be a delay, and they're not looking to pay attention on A. That's why he's taking a little bit more space on A long. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map here, Steel actually might be able, oh no, stand corrected. This is going to be toward A, but make matters even worse here is that you're going to get all this intel now 100 Thieves have obtained, and this opens things up for them to go into the B side, maybe set that spike down there. But look at Asuna getting aggressive in A link already out of the gate.
Nice flash coming in by Sick. He's going to lead a second one. 2 players hit with that blind, but the trade is there.
Good trade.
Whew. And now Shazam from the back trying to even up, makes it a 3v3. Teammates are going to be blinded in the front. That tells you at least the location of Omen is on mid grass.
Oh, Steel's actually wrapping around, gets 1. He could end up picking another kill here, but they're still doing work at the front door. That said, though, Steel is still say that 5 times fast, causing issues at A link. And that will be 100 Thieves getting their first on the board. About time.
I love Steel so much. He plays with the Vandal because he knows it's just a one-shot headshot no matter the range. When he plays TSM, he constantly is just peppering Wardell. He's going after that jet opper, doesn't matter what team they're playing on, and he's confident against them.
Care.
He plays with his cages, or he plays with his Killjoy utility to constantly push them out of position or give them feints. That round, he did a great job picking up the kill on the first Omen, and then the rotation behind him. Nice pinch on the back after cleaning up Zombs.
Yeah, and in all these rounds, even with the score being 5-1, all of these rounds have been so costly for Sentinels that just one loss would result in them needing to eco. And that's what's happening here. 100 Thieves have done a brilliant job. Even with them losing these rounds, they've still been able, as 2 frags come through, they've still been able to keep their cool and put the pressure on Sentinels to try and mount this comeback here from happening. So Sentinels really have to figure out the best possible ways to stop this squad. That said, though,
I don't know if you saw it, Golden Boy, but a great call out of Steel or whoever's the in-game leader for this round, because they expected the aggression out of Sentinels. We beat them in a round, expect them to try and punish us instantly. 2 players pushed through long. They were waiting. They pick up both with headshots, and now they've got the C site for free. Will Sentinels just try and save guns, or are they going for the retake? Looks like Sinatra's only on a classic here. They're going to try and make this work.
Try as he might, though. Unfortunately, classic versus Vandal. I'll pick the Vandal almost every time, unless it's like close range, and then you get that ridiculous right click.
Yeah, a little right click to the face.
Always nice.
I was gonna say, speaking of right click, Shazam doesn't get his off. Very clean round for 100 Thieves. Asuna just making noise, trying to bait out the final player. Where's Zombs hiding? You can see him on the mini map. He's at doors. There's a headshot. Can he get a gun? Doesn't look like he's gonna have a chance. 3 players in front, and finally Hika will flank as Steel hits him through the wall. This is back-to-back for 100 Thieves. It took them 5 rounds. Now they're on the board and they're rolling, and they have the ult advantage to work with as well here.
Yeah, and I think that 100 Thieves is early game, and the way that they bring Sentinels to them, right? Think about these last 2 rounds 100 Thieves won. First time, it was Steel on A. I believe it was Zombs who pushed up sewers, and then Steel was just waiting. And because no one actually pushed on A site, he knew that there was going to be some aggression, that they were going to try and look to take control of that area, and he plays off of that. Same thing happened in that last round when they get the double kill over toward A long, or C long. There is a lot of brilliant work being done by 100 Thieves to just kind of pull some information away round by round from Sentinels. They just need now to continue to add on to this match total here. And Sentinels have to reshape some things here, right? They have to take their time and see what other info they can pull from 100 Thieves to try and abuse their attacks.
Right, they just did a great job over at the A site. They throw the Phoenix Flash. They get the full commitment from Zombs to go deep on short A. They make sure Shazam is staying on that A site, looking A long with the operator, and now they've gone C. Perfect use of just doing that early pressure, getting them to move out of position, and then striking quickly. Here they all come.
All right, Dapper going into this cyber cage. I think he was hoping that he could get the tag there, but instead he's going to need to just hold this one off. There's a Hunter's Fury in response now. Dapper, though, clean shots from on top of the platform here at C site. Asuna, though, does manage to cut him down to size. Shazam in the backfield is going to need some support here in a moment, and he was going to need it from Zombs, but Zombs just gets picked off at the same time he does. So there you go, 100 Thieves, man. Down 5, no problem. They stuck to the game plan.
And that was so smart. Asuna was 5 of 6 alt orbs coming into the round. They leave him the C orb. He gets his alt, leads the charge into sight, gets the information, sets up the first 2 picks, and then a nice finish as Hiko has the confidence to go around his wall. Here's how it all started. Hiko from down C pops the alt. Nice spray from Dapper, slows him down, but then Asuna pushing forward, and the finish is there. Going into round 9, though, this is where you got to answer back if you're Sentinels. We'll see what the play is. It's just Sheriffs out. Maybe they're going to have to wait one more unless some magic can happen with a headshot or 2.
Yeah, I was a little worried that Dapper may have gone and overextended himself on C long. And they're just going to leave Dicey there. Zombs as well is going to be in this corner position. And because of that, he knew he had to bail out of there. The hot hands was most definitely going to come. Asuna can easily push that corner. So just a smart reposition from Sentinels, but it really just some great space taking from 100 Thieves, not giving Sentinels the comfort of holding down low.
They stack 3 on A, so if 100 Thieves commits, this is going to be a tough one to fight through. Nice first strike there from Sinatra, looking for the jump from the Jet. Doesn't quite finish it. Stinger is there from 6, so already a 4-on-4.
Nice. Brilliant play there from Zoms. Even with this, I have to commend Sentinels for still getting some frags. It's going to be a 2v2. We'll scratch that now. 1v2. It is solely up to Dapper on the flank. They're waiting to see if maybe he will be coming up from heaven. But with that trap wire being destroyed, they now know the exact position of Dapper. Thing is, though, he does manage to get himself a Vandal from one of the fallen players earlier on. So this is doable for him. But yeah, just as he pokes around with that Elder Flame Vandal, Nitro spots him.
You're guessing, where is the Omen? Okay, so they got the plan off. Where can Nitro be? Everywhere on the site. Set up for heaven. He's got to cross to the other side of the box to get the defuse. Great post-plant situation for 100 Thieves. Now, though, it's the fair fight. Shazam's been pretty good on these early picks with the operator. So will they commit A? I wouldn't if I was 100 Thieves, and it looks like Steel is making the same decision. Are they going for the challenge? Look at Steel. He's pulling out a big boy snipe of his own.
He wants to get involved in this, wants to have some fun, but
Shazam relocates to the other side.
That's a deep smoke, too. That was meant for them to try and take control of A. And then look what's going on here at C. Dapper getting some work done against Asuna.
Says, you throw that deep, you think I'm not here in the cubby already? Well, there's the quick punish. Cage up and out. Sinatra, though, falling in mid. This is a big opening for Steel. On the other side, it's Sick trying to close the door.
They still managed to pick up those kills right through the firewall. So with 2 guys still left here, Hiko and Nitro, they're going to be a little further apart from each other here in mid. That trap wire should give them some intel, and Nitro knows it. If he destroys it, that is going to give them all the indication as to where they're looking to favor.
Shadows traveling.
Remove it, and once they do that, all those arrows start to push forward now. And just wonderful job with the camera work. I mean, Dapper leaving them with no room to work with. He just needed to bait that one out long enough, and Sentinels will breathe a sigh of relief, Puckett, after dropping 4 straight.
Yeah, it was a nice comeback there for 100 Thieves in a moment. Now they've got at least one more round. Should be able to go back-to-back purchases here. They've got a few more options as the first half is coming to a close. This could end 6-6. And we'll see how the Sentinels decide to play on the defensive end. Getting aggro has worked out on C, but you have to think 100 Thieves will be ready for it moving forward.
It's wild that the aimers on this team, anyone can pick up any of these weapons. Talking about 100 Thieves, like Steel, seeing him use that op with a sniper and getting aggressive in mid. Just goes to show the versatility of this squad. Now, speaking of versatility, Sinatra, oh my God, look at this. He actually lets the Phoenix pass through, and he ends up getting the kill. He knows exactly where that Phoenix is located. He's got to get his gun out fast enough, and he wins the fight.
That is so dirty. Asuna just runs right through the smoke, tries to gather the intel as he hears players rotating from the back, and the punish is through. Not once, but twice. 2 picks here. Sentinels with a massive advantage, and you can see Dapper. He's saying, guys, I don't think they're going to even approach us. I'm going to just make sure they can't come from back. You guys lock down with the 2-2 split on the other sites, and we are good to go.
Got a deep A dark cover and another one at mid. They don't have the info as to where they are, so they're just checking their surroundings. They heard that drone die out here at A long. And if you're a betting man, you're betting that they are going to be sticking with that drone or at least making some progress, but they can't really do all that much. They will have to break the vision here from heaven.
Cover going out.
And that's exactly what they accomplished to do. But on the other side, the same thing's done there too. Zamzo having to deal with the paranoia and the push around from Steel. There was just no time for him to have to deal with the paranoia as well as the arrow and the player that was rotating around the left side here. Now it's going to be left up to the members of Sentinels to try and retake this one here. Despite their best efforts, 100 Thieves are falling. Only player left alive, it's going to be Hiko. He gets tagged up. 2 members are going to be dangerously low. He can actually do some cheeky arrows here, maybe even get himself a kill. Just don't know if he's going to be able to nail that one quickly enough. And Sinatra with 4 in that round, starting with the 2 that he got in Garage, being able to take out those 2 duelist bucket early on. That hurt them so much.
And I want to go back and watch the replay there, but I guarantee you Sinatra made the call. Just play safe, guys. I hear him. I'm letting him through. Sentinels played that one perfectly, and I thought Eco had a chance. Probably a wise decision, though, with 3 defenders left, not to invest the ultimate. Save it here for the final round of the half.
That was also a smart play from Asuna, because you hear that arrow, you got to make that quick decision. Either eat this arrow and take the damage, or I go around this corner and hopefully he doesn't have his gun up in time. I feel like both players just playing some great, millisecond Valorant, right? Like every single moment matters in this game. Oh, I was expecting maybe a peek over there with Blades. Doesn't happen. You got a lot of ult online for both teams. Hunter's Fury available on both sides too. Looks like it's going to be a quick B play now. And they'll get the spike down quickly. There goes the Hunter's Fury in response from the defense. They do some damage, but the spike is going to go down. Sinatra is clinical with that Hunter's Fury though, Puckett. And trades are being had here. Yeah,
he did it back from spawn. There is no way to punish him while he is loaded up like that. His teammates have all of his angles. Dicey, though, putting the knives to work, finally falls in mid. Spike is planted, so Sentinels need to start moving on to site. They have a cage to work with, but that is about it to block off the site.
Yeah, the onus is going to be on Sentinels to get rid of this spike. They have to start to make these moves. They do not have enough time to do so. And oh, Dapper, big win, but instead it's Hiko with a shock dart that gets the kill.
The nerdy darts for days, right? I mean, Hiko's been doing this all tournament long. He probably would have cleaned him up with the rifle fire through the wall, but just to already have the dart there, he plays these posts so well. 12 and 8 with 6 assists from Hiko in the first half. On the other side, it's been a really strong showing from Sinatra as expected, who he's all players with ACS coming into the day.
Sentinels have to be pleased with that first half. Strong start, getting those 5 rounds in a row. Without a doubt, you'd want to, not lose out on that, on the end there, kind of get that the favorable part of this half. But with 7-5, I'm sure that they're not going to be disappointed with this. Now it's time to see what they could do on the attack. And we have a lot of tape from Sentinels and a lot of their tendencies of what they like to push. But look on the other side. Early presence here for 100 Thieves. And they're going to pay with that with Asuna's life.
Now, coming into the day, I really wanted to watch VODs on how Gen G played Sentinels because they were able to beat them on this map. I wanted to see what was going wrong, but 100 Thieves coach Hector said, nah, man, VOD doesn't exist. No one streamed that game. So 100 Thieves unable to prepare for the attack. And we'll see what Sentinels bring to the table. Already 2 picks, make it 3, but 3 players are wounded for 100T.
Now, this is just going to leave Hiko and Nitro. Right clicks on the Classic, though, are going to be solid. Nitro's right behind. I don't think they have a paranoia for the retake, but what they do have is these recons. Oh, very smart going into it. And they know that that's going to happen there. But just as you know, that does not matter. 2 kills there for Nitro. The paranoia actually was saved and used, but Sick gets around the dark cover. Could this be enough? He tries to bait it out. Gets 1 kill, 51 HP for Sick. Can he clutch it out against Hiko? No! It's Hiko, the clutch master, coming out on top.
Sick played that so nicely. 2 players pushing through the smoke, dodges them, gets the first, and puts himself in a 1v1 to buy out time. But Hiko, again, the clutch king, comes in and gets the job done. The man continues to impress. But what a take there from Sentinels. Very aggressive A play here. And I thought they had it if it wasn't for that recon bolt.
Yeah, well, the recon bolt, but also the teleport. Nitro saw where the tracers were coming from, and he went right for that common corner spot. You always know that someone's going to be there. A little spray with a frenzy, and you're on easy street. So huge win for Sentinels, or excuse me, for 100 Thieves. Now let's see how Sentinels are going to respond. But at this point, if your 100 Thieves are feeling great, you're going to tie this one right back if all things continue to go the way that they are. Nitro gets the intel on where the Sova is, so that's 1 of 2 players that he is completely aware of, given that he already taken out 1. At this point, this is looking fantastic. But just as I say that, though, Sentinels, Shazam, trying to bring this one back.
Yeah, you know Sinatra's just trying to bait you with this play from Cubby. Nitro is going to be holding that angle as Steel finds Dapper. And they're
Gotta
just
bail out of
spamming
there.
them. Look how low they are.
Now, if they reposition to A, a camera and a trap wire will be waiting for them, but that is going to be the smart play to make here. Shazam trying to get any stragglers, but the frenzy shot, that thing can either be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Plant's getting down, though. This is the man who had 5 HP coming in.
Yeah, what an angle up top. Now, this should be a very easy retake for them. 2 players remaining. The Ares from up on high. Even though with Shazam getting that kill, it is certainly not going to happen, as you still had to worry about 3 members of 100 Thieves making their way onto that site here. A smart reposition from Sentinels, given that they had barely anything to work with in that round. And they get the spike down, which is going to be that extra cash that they certainly will need for this 3rd round in the half.
Yeah, let's see what they spend it on. Will they go big? Nope. Shazam sticking to the rifles. And we remember Sentinels, right? From the beginning of the game, there's a lot of aggressive jets on attack with the operator. Shazam and crew, a lot of times they'd prefer just to go with straight ARs. And we'll see what they bring to the table here. Dicey has the operator out on C long. He wants to go for the early pick, and he's got a Phoenix Flash here to lead the way. Will they be able to find a player going for this early orb?
Yeah, well, they're going to be running into them very quickly. They're going to see the drone, and now they're going to know the flash and response. Dicey, though, goes down, and Asuna is going to be tucked away inside of this corner with a stinger. There goes some of those shock darts and the peppering down that they're doing. I mean, Sentinels obliterating on C long. Even to support that was coming in was simply not going to be enough, leaving just Steel alone in a 1v5. That was a matter of both teams just having the read. Like, the drone happened. Once the drone went down, you had that reactive flash. They were going to wait for that because they wanted to prioritize getting the orb and then getting control of long. That was just wild that they both were thinking the same thing.
It was kind of interesting to see how deep Dicey wanted to play that as well. He was going for an extremely aggressive angle. The single flash forces him out of the position, and he is punished on the retreat. So nice burst from Sentinels around the corner there. This should be the 8th round. Steel's just going to look to take off any guns he can of folks trying to hunt down his Cypher body.
Yeah, if they can, but it doesn't really even matter for them. Holding on to all these weapons. A round like that, after losing the pistol and the eco, and then being able to win a round with all 5 still standing, as well as a spike plant, it's just massive. That's just big, right? Huge round for Sentinels that they can really start to build off of here if they want to walk away from Haven as the winners.
And I think one other takeaway here is now you have Sick with his ultimate, right? This is going to be another buy round where you're expecting Steel to have the assault rifle. He's still got his Vandal. Will they buy to support? It looks like just the share from Asuna. So some teams like TSM could invest behind this. Others playing it more safe. And I like that 100 Thieves has really been taking the economic approach. Let's play it safe. Let's make sure we have all of our gear for our set strats.
Early on, you're going to get another C aggro play. They're sick. And you know, I always say when you get the kill with a run it back and you get information, that whole ultimate, it's massive. It's one of the strongest in the game, and that's the reason why right there. Even with all this noise that's being made, 100 Thieves, they just need to make something happen. They have to try and get some guns away from these players and see if they can make a miracle happen in this round. But as things are currently standing here, Sentinels, they have all the angles covered, Puckett. There's no way that the final 2 members of 100 Thieves will try and crack this egg.
Yeah, you're not getting close to these guys with pistols, let's be honest. Now, you don't want to stay alive because you don't want just $1,000 at the end of the round. So you will see these 2 players get aggressive, and both will fall at the same time as Sinatra and Sick find the kills on Dicey and Hiko. Sentinels, an expected round win, but now the full buy is coming up. Is there an operator from anyone? There it comes. Dicey's going to buy it on the jet.
Yeah, not a shocker. Dicey, the designated opper for 100 Thieves, but interestingly, Shazam and company, they're holding on. There's no reason for them to change things out, right? Financially, they're doing great, and they could build off of this. As for 100 Thieves, though, this is going to be the round where Dicey will earn that paycheck, and he's going to look to start this one quickly with a frag. It's a good preemptive shock dart there, Puckett, to actually push Dicey back. And they play for this orb to get Hiko his Hunter's Fury. Sick has made his way across. You're hearing a lot of movement now. There goes the kills. As Asuna actually ends up getting 2 frags of his own. Shazam goes deep into the site. Tries to throw a body into it, but it doesn't work out for them. Only player left alive is now Zoms. That just fell apart so fast. You thought that they had a little bit of the advantage, maybe the element of surprise, but Asuna destroyed them as they were making their way out of sewer. All right, well, now we're going to be, I believe I lost Puckett for a moment. Hopefully he'll join me. But for now, we'll go ahead and roll with this as it is currently. Let's jump right back into the action now as we're at, well, let's see what we got now. We got Sentinels not really favoring either side. They're looking to mostly just get some information at the start. As 400 Thieves, they're preparing for the potential push at Long C, which does not come. This is a good round here for Sentinels and a smart way to take it. They've been going for quick hits on sites, and because they know that the money is not going to be great for them if they end up losing this round, they are going to play it safe. They know where some of the common spots and positions are for 400 Thieves, but this is going to make matters even worse now for Steel and Company, because they have exposed where they're looking to maybe put some bodies. That said, though, Nitro still is prepared. There's a Hunter's Fury in response. Sinatra maybe can get a big tag or two. Does manage to nail one. Oh, my goodness. And the action now continues to unfold here on C site as Hiko and the rest of 100 Thieves will have to play for this retake. There's the run it back. 1 kill for Asuna. Maybe a second doesn't end up happening. That Hunter's Fury that came through earlier, that was going to be big for them. They're able to use that, maybe cut him down to size. I just don't think it's going to be enough for them to get into this one. Dicey with the op. Does he want to invest into this? Does he want to push this? I don't think they're going to want to. And this looks like it is going to be the round for Sentinels. We're working on getting Puckett back in here, folks, so bear with us. But I mean, just a strong round for Sentinels now, as they have really all the chips are landing in their favor. Now we're going to see how 100 Thieves are going to respond.
All right, Golden Boy, I think I'm back. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. I just didn't want to say anything until I knew for sure, you know?
Oh, I got so nervous.
No, it's
We're
okay.
back, guys.
It's
Remote
okay. It's
broadcasting.
our New York internet, you know?
Yeah.
There's just not much we can do about it.
Oh, come on, Files. Step up your 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Just make it consistent. Here we go, though. Hunter's Fury. Pretty fun to watch here.
Yeah,
These,
I mean,
Sentinel
this round was just great.
They've got entries for days.
Well, now we'll let me see. Okay, yeah, we're jump back in. Sorry about that. Had a little audio cut for myself there, but we're back into the fray. Shazam out of the gate is going to get himself a frag at B, and they're going to go straight and quick for the B plant, which he managed to make happen. Hiko does not get the shot off. Now they have no choice. They're going to go in for this. The hot hands halfway. No, not going to happen. Sick finds one outside. Oh my goodness. Now you got 2 players. 400 Thieves waiting in the wings to just try and push this one outward. Hiko alone, not going to happen. A flawless round for Sentinels.
Oh, man. What another take this was. Straight up the gut. They smoke it out. They get a player in window. They throw all kinds of equipment at the door. And Sick was able to pick up 2 there. He's got his ult again, though, so I'm definitely expecting a Phoenix rush if they feel the need to invest any ultimates in this round. Otherwise, you're going up against Classics, and you're setting yourself up for match point here.
Yeah, and they need to be careful on Steel's lurk, because if he gets the kill, that will be a neural theft that he uses to give them information. Big round now for Sentinels to get match point. Let's see how they're going to play around this. And there's...
Do you see the 5-step? Look at this.
Yeah.
They all loading up A at the start here. The Paranoia is ready for short A. They're expecting a quick hit. It's just pistols, so we'll see if 100 Thieves guesses correctly. But so far, nice patience from Sentinels. They're just kind of playing around spawn, waiting for a peek that hasn't come through yet.
Yeah. I don't know if it necessarily will, because with the camera placed at A like that, you know that what they're looking for is for any aggression, and they're not trying to focus on that. What does concern me, though, is the fact that you have that wire at B. We'll give them some information now. Run it back to just gather more info, which they've been getting a lot of it. And as he makes his way sick inside of B, goes through garage, he knows this is they're going to be stacked together. They can play this one towards C and have no problems. They're going to have to clear things out, but for the most part, C, it's going to be perfectly available to them, and they will know this here.
They've taken so much time as well. Spike's going to go down, and we'll see how 100 Thieves reacts to it. Here comes the push. They're going to send at least 2 up CT. The rest will flood through garage.
That's
a nice stinger to open up.
Now they're going to wait for the burst through. They don't have a curveball to try and take this one back. They're going to have to rely on just pushing through this smoke here. Paranoia is going to stop him in his tracks now, and now it's just left up to Dicey. But no, match point for Sentinels, 12-8.
This is clean. Their attacks have been clean. That was a round you were supposed to win. I don't think you're expecting the Jet ult to be invested, but they'll make the most of it. And now you've got Nitro and Steel, 2 ultimates that are not super helpful here on the defensive end going up against Shazam's Blades. You've got the information as well as a teleport available from Dapper and Zombs if needed.
Going to be early grab for this orb, though, because they want Asuna to have run it back.
True. How do you get there? It's going to be a lot of support on A. And he might just go for the kill.
Ooh, big hot hands actually is going to damage 2 members of Sentinels. Shazam and Dapper are going to be very, very weak, but Asuna ends up dying there. Dicey couldn't get away. There was just nowhere for his tailwind to take him, and this is going to be a fast play toward A. Now let's see what Hiko's capable of doing as Sick looks to clear this site. The Paranoia forces him back, and A is available.
They're going with their corner plant. Now Omens on the flank up in heaven.
What does 100 Thieves have to get back in here? Smart, taking care of heaven. Not something you want to deal with. Shazam, though, is going to get blocked off. A lot of work is going to be here for Zombs and for Sick on the cross, too. And here we go. Action's going to continue now. Steel's going to go in for the jump. One more in front, though. Nitro gets a double, but Sick lands himself a big kill. Now it just leaves it up to Nitro, but the hot hands burns him. GG. Sentinels take game 1.
All right, how many hot hands kills did Sick get in this one? 13-8, 5 HP coming in.
Yeah, what an angle up top. Now this should be a very easy retake for them. 2 players remaining. The Ares from up on high. Even though with Shazam getting that kill, it is certainly not going to happen, as you still had to worry about 3 members of 100 Thieves making their way onto that site here. A smart reposition from Sentinels, given that they had barely anything to work with in that round. And they get the spike down, which is going to be that extra cash that they certainly will need for this 3rd round in the half.
Yeah, let's see what they spend it on. Will they go big? Nope. Shazam sticking to the rifles. And we remember Sentinels, right? From the beginning of the game, there's a lot of aggressive jets on attack with the operator. Shazam and crew, a lot of times they'd prefer just to go with straight ARs. And we'll see what they bring to the table here. Dicey has the operator out on C long. He wants to go for the early pick, and he's got a Phoenix Flash here to lead the way. Will they be able to find a player going for this early orb?
Yeah, well, they're going to be running into them very quickly. They're going to see the drone, and now they're going to know the flash and response. Dicey, though, goes down, and Asuna is going to be tucked away inside of this corner with a stinger. There goes some of those shock darts and the peppering down that they're doing. I mean, Sentinels obliterating on C long. Even to support that was coming in was simply not going to be enough, leaving just Steel alone in a 1v5. That was a matter of both teams just having the read. Like, The drone happened. Once the drone went down, you had that reactive flash. They were going to wait for that because they wanted to prioritize getting the orb and then getting control of long. That was just wild that they both were thinking the same thing.
It was kind of interesting to see how deep Dicey wanted to play that as well. He was going for an extremely aggressive angle. The single flash forces him out of the position, and he is punished on the retreat. So nice burst from Sentinels around the corner there. This should be the 8th round. Steel's just going to look to take off any guns he can of folks trying to hunt down his Cypher body.
Yeah, if they can, but it doesn't really even matter for them. Holding on to all these weapons. A round like that, after losing the pistol and the eco, and then being able to win a round with all 5 still standing, as well as a spike plant, it's just massive. That's just big, right? Huge round for Sentinels that they can really start to build off of here if they want to walk away from Haven as the winners.
And I think one other takeaway here is now you have Sick with his ultimate, right? This is going to be another buy round where you're expecting Steel to have the assault rifle. He's still got his Vandal. Will they buy to support? It looks like just the share from Asuna. So some teams like TSM could invest behind this. Others playing it more safe. And I like that 100 Thieves has really been taking the economic approach. Let's play it safe. Let's make sure we have all of our gear for our set strats.
Early on, you're going to get another C aggro play. They're sick. And you know, I always say when you get the kill with a run it back and you get information, that whole ultimate, it's massive. It's one of the strongest in the game, and that's the reason why right there. Even with all this noise that's being made, 100 Thieves, they just need to make something happen. They have to try and get some guns away from these players and see if they can make a miracle happen in this round. But as things are currently standing here, Sentinels, they have all the angles covered, Puckett. There's no way that the final 2 members of 100 Thieves will try and crack this egg.
Yeah, you're not getting close to these guys with pistols, let's be honest. Now, you don't want to stay alive because you don't want just $1,000 at the end of the round. So you will see these 2 players get aggressive, and both will fall at the same time as Sinatra and Sick find the kills on Dicey and Hiko. Sentinels, an expected round win, but now the full buy is coming up. Is there an operator from anyone? There it comes. Dicey's going to buy it on the jet.
Yeah, not a shocker. Dicey, the designated opper for 100 Thieves, but interestingly, Shazam and company, they're holding on. There's no reason for them to change things out, right? Financially, they're doing great, and they could build off of this. As for 100 Thieves, though, this is going to be the round where Dicey will earn that paycheck, and he's going to look to start this one quickly with a frag. It's a good preemptive shock dart there, Puckett, to actually push Dicey back. And they play for this orb to get Hiko his Hunter's Fury. Sick has made his way across. You're hearing a lot of movement now. There goes the kills as Asuna actually ends up getting 2 frags of his own. Shazam goes deep into the site, tries to throw a body into it, but it doesn't work out for them. Only player left alive is now Zoms. That just fell apart so fast. You thought that they had a little bit of the advantage, maybe the element of surprise, but Asuna destroyed them as they were making their way out of sewer. All right, well, now we're going to be, I believe I lost Puckett for a moment. Hopefully he'll join me. But for now, we'll go ahead and roll with this as it is currently. Let's jump right back into the action now as we're at, well, let's see what we got now. We got Sentinels not really favoring either side. They're looking to mostly just get some information at the start. As for 100 Thieves, they're preparing for the potential push at long C, which does not come. This is a good round here for Sentinels and a smart way to take it. They've been going for quick hits on sites, and because they know that the money is not going to be great for them if they end up losing this round, they are going to play it safe. They know where some of the common spots and positions are for 100 Thieves, but this is going to make matters even worse now for Steel and company because they have exposed where They're looking to maybe put some bodies. That said, though, Nitro still is prepared. There's a Hunter's Fury in response. Sinatra maybe can get a big tag or two. Does manage to nail one. Oh my goodness. And the action now continues to unfold here on C site as Hiko and the rest of 100 Thieves will have to play for this retake. There's the run it back. One kill for Asuna. Maybe a second doesn't end up happening. That Hunter's Fury that came through earlier, that was going to be big for them. They're able to use that, maybe cut him down to size. I just don't think it's going to be enough for them to get into this one. Dicey with the op. Does he want to invest into this? Does he want to push this? I don't think they're going to want to. And this looks like it is going to be the round for Sentinels. We're working on getting Puckett back in here, folks, so bear with us. But I mean, just a strong round for Sentinels now, as they have really all the chips are landing in their favor. Now we're going to see how 100 Thieves are going to respond.
All right, Golden Boy, I think I'm back. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. I just didn't want to say anything until I knew for sure, you know?
Oh, I got so nervous.
No, it's
We're
okay.
back, guys.
It's okay.
Remote broadcasting.
It's our New York internet, you know?
Yeah.
There's just not much we can do about it.
Oh, come on, Files. Step up your 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Just make it consistent. Here we go, though. Hunter's Fury. Pretty fun to watch here.
Yeah,
These,
I mean,
Sentinel
this round was just great.
They've got entries for days.
Well, now we'll let me see. Okay, yeah, we're jump back in. Sorry about that. Had a little audio cut for myself there, but we're back into the fray. Shazam out of the gate is going to get himself a frag at B, and they're going to go straight and quick for the B plant, which he managed to make happen. Hiko does not get the shot off. Now they have no choice. They're going to go in for this. The hot hands halfway. No, not going to happen. Sick finds one outside. Oh my goodness. Now you got two players for 100 Thieves waiting in the wings to just try and push this one outward. Hiko alone. Not going to happen. A flawless round for Sentinels.
Oh, man. What another take this was. Straight up the gut. They smoke it out. They get a player in window. They throw all kinds of equipment at the door. And Sick was able to pick up two there. He's got his ult again, though, so I'm definitely expecting a Phoenix rush if they feel the need to invest any ultimates in this round. Otherwise, you're going up against Classics, and you're setting yourself up for match point here.
Yeah, and they need to be careful on Steel's lurk, because if he gets the kill, that will be a neural theft that he uses to give them information. Big round now for Sentinels to get match point. Let's see how they're going to play around this. And there's...
Do you see the 5-stack? Look at this.
Yeah.
They all loading up A at the start here. The Paranoia is ready for short A. They're expecting a quick hit. It's just pistols, so we'll see if 100 Thieves guesses correctly. But so far, nice patience from Sentinels. They're just kind of playing around spawn, waiting for a peek that hasn't come through yet.
Yeah. I don't know if it necessarily will, because with the camera placed at A like that, you know that what they're looking for is for any aggression, and they're not trying to focus on that. What does concern me, though, is the fact that you have that wire at B. We'll give them some information now. Run it back to just gather more info, which they've been getting a lot of it. And as he makes his way Sick inside of B, goes through garage, he knows this is they're going to be stacked together. They can play this one towards C and have no problems. They're gonna have to clear things out, but for the most part, C, it's gonna be perfectly available to them, and they will know this here.
They've taken so much time as well. Spike's gonna go down, and we'll see how 100 Thieves reacts to it. Here comes the push. They're gonna send at least two up CT. The rest will flood through garage.
That's
a nice stinger to open up.
Now they're going to wait for the burst through. They don't have a curveball to try and take this one back. They're going to have to rely on just pushing through this smoke here. Paranoia is going to stop him in his tracks now, and now it's just left up to Dicey. But no, match point for Sentinels, 12-8.
This is clean. Their attacks have been clean. That was a round you were supposed to win. I don't think you were expecting the Jet ult to be invested, but they'll make the most of it. And now you've got Nitro and Steel, two ultimates that are not super helpful here on the defensive end going up against Shazam's Blades. You've got the information as well as a teleport available from Dapper and Zombs if needed.
Going to be an early grab for this orb, though, because they want Asuna to have run it back.
True. How do you get there? It's going to be a lot of support on A. And he might just go for the kill.
Ooh, big hot hands, actually. Is going to damage 2 members of Sentinels. Shazam and Dapper are going to be very, very weak, but Asuna ends up dying there. Dicey couldn't get away. There was just nowhere for his tailwind to take him, and this is going to be a fast play toward A. Now, let's see what Hiko's capable of doing as Sick looks to clear this site. The paranoia forces him back, and A is available.
They're going with their corner plant. Now Omen's on the flank up in heaven.
What does 100 Thieves have to get back in here? Smart, taking care of heaven. Not something you want to deal with. Shazam, though, is going to get blocked off. A lot of work is going to be here for Zombs and for Sick on the cross, too. And here we go. Action's going to continue now. Steel's going to go in for the jump. One more in front, though. Nitro gets a double, but Sick lands himself a big kill. Now it just leaves it up to Nitro, but the hot hands burns him. GG. Sentinels take game 1.
All right, how many hot hands kills did Sick get in this one?
Love to see it in play. Here we go. So with the Lear being played out early on, that is just going to prevent Shazam from trying to take space at long. The orb is available. They'll grab this one here. Nothing really has been given quite yet, but they do know that some attention has been put toward A, but the job has been done. Now they're going to look to take space here at mid.
Yeah, it's Nitro throwing the dark cover, making sure no one from Market will see them. They're not worried about B, but the kills, well, they're starting to be scored. Sinatra again with the frenzy. Close range. We talked about this, man.
Frenzy.
Starting off with a 3K.
That frenzy bucket is insane. Not much you can really do about that arrow, too. Unfortunately, just kept on pinging him and pinging him. And Sentinels start this thing off on the good foot with a round win.
Sinatra always set up for success, and these early money are just converted instantly into the SMG. He's going to go ahead and buy up with the Spectre, everyone else staying on Ghost, and on the other side, 100 Thieves, you kind of are just going to sit back on classics here. They're going to play this one smart, get a little bit of utility, and maybe a Sheriff on their arena. Yeah, Asuna is going to bring that in here to round 2.
Getting the spike down is going to be important for them. They'll get that extra cash with it. So A gave us a look toward, or round 1 gave us a look toward A. Round 2 is favoring more toward B. That camera stops that, though. Slows things down for a minute. But they know that this is more than likely going to be coming here. Given that they removed the camera, they're still putting some presence.
And Dapper and Sick, I think they can handle this site. If you looked at Sick versus TSM, they were attacking most of that game, but his flashes were perfect. Almost every entry, almost every fight they wanted to take, he was setting them up, and at least one player would be caught with the blind. This time around, it's just going to be Steel lurking, doing Steel-like things, while the rest of the squad is going to be looking for picks at A, and I like this rotation because already you had 3 leaning that side for Sentinels.
Yeah, Sentinels did not give 100 Thieves a lot of information, so they're just continuing to play this one out slowly. They know they have the better gun. Steel on the lurk here has actually created a interesting predicament for 100 Thieves, because now that you know the Steel's here, you can kind of bet your bottom dollar that he's lurking hard. But they have been going through the map kind of like a seesaw. They've now finally, they're going to commit to this, and they're going to have to burst through this very, very fast, tear through the door, and this is where Dapper is going to get to work alongside with Stick.
Blinds are going out just to buy time here. They're trying to get their teammates into position on the rotation, and here it all comes in. The boys on B are holding it down on their own, find 3 of the 4 kills. Now backup has arrived, and that is going to be it. I like that 100 Thieves took every second of the round, but the patience is paying off huge for Sentinels.
Yeah, they did not give them a lick of info to play around. The only real thing was just some good stall from Sick. And had Steel maybe gotten that frag on Dapper, it could have given them an opportunity to play Spike at B, because they could have flooded it and taken out Sick fairly quickly. But now this is going to lead Sentinels into a great step here, continuing on from their path of success on Haven.
All right, at the start of this next round, keep your eyes on Shazam with the operator. He wants the early peek at A. Taking a look at the mini map. On the other side, Dicey is not going to approach him, not for at least 20 seconds. They're going to take their times here for 100 Thieves.
And do you see the way that Dapper is playing this? He's anticipating an arrow from Hiko on that tree. They've done their homework. They know that it would be coming there. The thing is, though, Hiko's on the other side of the map. So he's not going to be looking to send anything over there right now. But it just goes to show the amount of time that has been put into knowing where Hiko likes to favor those arrows to start making his way onto site.
It's also a little mini mind game between Dapper and Steel throughout this. Dapper has moved his camera to a second location. Steel still looking for it without giving up his life, knowing that the breach is holding that angle.
And he can just stay in that camera the entire time. There's no reason for him to juggle it and make the sound cue happen. If he stays there and waits for the prime opportunity, that'll be very, very fruitful for them. But here goes Hunter's Fury now in response. Hiko, he has usually been on fire with this, and it is going to continue. Unfortunately for Steel, as he went to go grab that orb, maybe get himself the lockdown, that was just not going to be a reality here. 3v2 as Hiko looking to get onto the site. They've spent every waning second plotting their approach, but with Zom's on the angle, the kill coming through, there simply is just not going to be enough for Hiko to do. And that is going to be the round. They're spending a lot of time to get onto these sites, Puckett, and Sentinels have continued to just allow them to take their sweet, sweet time. They're fine with it.
And that's just some clutch plays. I mean, while getting Hunter's Fury, Sinatra was able to take down Dicey, the first man into the site. So now you see an even matchup. Shazam hitting the back-to-back op shot. So that was the game-changing moment. Shazam shutting it down at long A, not letting anyone in.
10 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Here's a replay of what we ended up seeing at the end of that, as we now look forward here to round 4 of play. Another eco round. Should be easy pickings for Shazam. He's okay being exposed. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
he wants them to know.
Come at me with your classics. I'm good with it. Well, here comes a stinger. Dicey up the gut, gets into market, and upgrades to the Phantom.
They found my wife.
You have to respect those stingers, though, man. You cannot think that just because he's holding that weaker gun doesn't mean it's not going to be beneficial. Oh, Asuna actually does end up getting hit. He's brought down to just below half health, but as a Reyna, 1 kill would actually be huge for him. Shock dart sent to the back just to try and see if he can do some added damage. This is where I think that recon's going to be a huge deal, but instead it's Asuna who comes around the side there, gets the kill, and no health is actually just going to dismiss out. If Zoms does end up getting this kill, could be big for him, but no, great trade and a thrifty round win for 100 Thieves and Asuna, leading the charge with 4 kills that round.
Stingers B, baby. We're going to smoke it. We're going to flash it, and we're going to take over. Dicey set the tone, getting the first pick, pushing players out of market, then the rest of the squad getting onto site. Asuna, though, just peeking at the right time, catching Sinatra with dart in hand. That was a big one. As 100 Thieves now on the board, they've got cash to play with as well. Guardian on Steel, though. So not the perfect weaponry, but he's feeling confident with the Guardian at range, looking for maybe some wall bangs on the breach, who's always playing those stairs.
He's done some business with that Guardian too in the first try finals. I don't know if you recall. So
yep,
he gets himself a Guardian. I think he's okay with that.
He likes those single fire weapons, man. 1 headshot, that's all Steel looks for.
Now looky here, as Shazam gets tagged, this is really, really problematic for him. The tailwind gets him out, and they're sick with the trade. They spent so much time focused on taking out the jet that they were not prepared for who could be looking down market.
And it almost felt like a bait there, because Shazam could have safely gone to market where he has the backup. Instead, he pulls back. Sick has that line of sight, and they're able to hit the shot. So Sentinels looking good. Lockdown is here, and now with it destroyed, 100 Thieves has to come up with a new plan.
Comes to push onto site. Shazam's going to be waiting in the wings. A Cloudburst in front. He hears 2 footsteps right behind him there. Brilliant trade, though. Sick back boathouse should be able to hold this one off, though. The nano swarm rips through 6 skin, and this is now a 1v1 between Zoms and Steel.
And he's got his paranoia.
Yeah, that could be the difference maker. He's going to shoot that paranoia out. Doesn't connect, though. Steel knows exactly where he's going to be coming from. That dark cover populating. Oh, he plays the turret in front, but the turret's not going to see him at that dark cover. He's got some time to work with here, Zoms. He's just waiting for him to come around the corner, and he nails the shot.
So smart. Nice timing. He just holds the angle, waits for the peak, and Zoms comes up with a clutch. Steel almost pulled it off, though. That would have been big momentum. 100 Thieves still has some cash to work with. They'll go with a light buy here. And Asuna has his ultimate ready. He was the star when he had his ultimate last time, running around with the Stinger. We'll see what he can do here.
Yeah, Empress might be helpful. They also have Hunter's Fury too, if they want to go for push on site with Dicey's Blade Storm. That would be a lot of investment, though, from 100 Thieves on this round, which, given what we're seeing on the other side for Sentinels, might not be the worst thing.
Shadows
Get out of my way.
We got an activated Blade Storm. So this is going to be the player to look out for. Asuna. With the drone out. Get some information in mid. And they're looking to cheat over there. And this is, for right now, looking like Puckett a focus toward A. But Sentinels, once again, just not exposing themselves. They're still doing this passive defensive play. And it's working for them.
Great paranoia, though, is going to set up the players trying to push into tree. Both Shazam and Sinatra were there. Now they close the doors. It's Dicey pushing through.
Hunter's Fury activated for Hiko. Nails one. Can he get another kill?
Yep.
Yes, he gets the kill on Sinatra. And this is exactly what I was expecting to see. Would have been that investment. Yeah, it could have been a little costly for them if they lose it, but given these players and the way that Hiko is so masterful with that Hunter's Fury on an eco round, it just makes sense. They have the tools to be able to win it. You might as well go for it.
There you go. They invested big, but 3 ults will convert into their second round win. And they've got the weaponry they were hoping for. So looking on the other side, you had to go big to break Sentinels. Now they have to save. And this is, we saw it last game. They were able to rattle off 4 straight victories once they broke the Sentinels' economy. They've got them on their heels at the moment. Taking a look back, Asuna in that Empress mode was able to break onto site, picks up 3 in the round. He's going to be a star to look at on the Reyna again as they go for B.
There we go now. Fast play. Does get the tag, though, and actually just going to send this one right into B site. They knew that they did not have the weapons, and you just leave a Cypher in a breach, really set up in a poor spot there, having to deal with the from the shadows, the Omen ultimate, as well as just the speed and aggression at B main. This is a very, very good round for 100 Thieves. And if they're able to keep everyone alive here, Puckett, that will look great for their economy moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's why Shazam has popped the daggers. He wants to convert at least 1 kill. Down goes Sinatra. Shazam's tagged, and there is a clean finish. All 5 staying up, and only Steel took damage. Only like 20 HP missing in that round.
Yeah, fast to get themselves back into the groove here. They're down by 1, early days on Ascent, but this is looking very much like Haven. You know, like the Sentinels with a strong early start, and then 100 Thieves putting together some big round wins in a row. Thing is, what 100 Thieves will have to, I guess, work around is, you know, Sentinel's ability to just not really give much information in these defensive rounds. They've had to make that first move every time, and it seems like Sentinels, they've just been prepared for it.
Now, Sinatra's been playing this tree. He got the triple in the first round, but since then, he's been blinded almost every time they're pushing A. He dodges the blind, was a little bit further left, and he knows there's pressure outside the door. Steel finds the first kill on sight as Zoms is going to be dropped.
Dicey was hoping to maybe get Sinatra on tree. He knew that he was going to be there. This plant might bait some attention too. Hiko does get tagged by that dart there, and Sinatra's very, very low. A lot of damage done in the outward, but here comes Asuna in a 1v1. going up against Dapper, who's won a few clutch 1v1s in his own time here, but now he's going to be tagged completely, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Asuna with a big win.
And he's got his ult ready to go again. That's the impact on this game he's had.
Disgusting.
He was 4-4, now 8-6-6.
He's disgusting.
Or 14-4, excuse me. I was reading Hiko's lines right there. 4-4 to 14-4. Nice little run here, Asuna.
He is so nasty. And I think Dapper made a really smart play with the camera, because that happened yesterday as well. I want to say it was I think it was either Timon or Envy, I don't recall. But a similar situation happened. A dart was there, and then instead of taking the dart out, right, you just kind of like play around it. Asuna doesn't care. He'll go for that fight every time.
I really liked that pinch there from Nitro and Steel. They throw the bot out. You have Nitro already teleported to the other side. Both double peek. Get the first blood at A main. So first round of action already in the books for 100 Thieves here in round 9.
Yeah, they have no choice but to just play together on A. Meanwhile, cross map, you saw that Breach Bucky set up, waiting for anyone to push up toward B main.
Yeah, you're really just praying you can one pump someone here, get a 1-for-1 trade, gather the info that they've rotated.
This will be a right click more than likely. There it is.
To the face.
Actually doesn't trade this one out. Gets 2, gets 3.
Oh my.
Oh, sick. You better calm down there, boy. That was nasty.
I was going to be happy with 1. He converts it into 3. That is just some rough trading. That did not come through. Now this is Sentinel's round. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. You know where the spike is. They've got to come through you.
But wait for this cyber cage. The only real gun that they have to deal with is the Stinger. Yeah, and that was the fear. So the trade comes through instantly. Now this is going to leave it into a real bit of a pickle.
10 seconds
Oh,
left.
he actually doesn't go for the plant. He goes back for the fight, but now it's going to be a thrifty round win response for Sentinels.
That's all the Bucky. That was 100% sick in his patience and hitting 3 right clicks without any flashes or trades coming through.
I'm surprised that once that first kill, so this one happened and it was like, okay, this is just Asuna, doing a little entry. But this right here, like, no one was in a position to swing it and get the kill after that third one happened. So he gets so much done. Huge round for Sick.
Here.
As soon as Spree comes to an end, but he still has his ultimate. So look for that red Reyna
Oh, that was cool.
to catch fire again. Nice job by the observers following that paranoia. This time, good read from 100 Thieves to pull back, and everyone avoids it.
Shazam in mid. Oh, finds one. Oh, that was just beautiful. That is great for him. 2 kills as well. He'll be more than okay with that.
Yeah, that mid push didn't really work out there for 100 Thieves this time. Shazam just walking through the smoke, perfectly timed as they look away. Yeah, unfortunately, Dicey wasn't able to punish from top cat.
Puckett, I'm actually curious why the smoke didn't happen at the archway rather than deeper into sight, if they were looking to put attention toward mid like that. But you also can't really expect Shazam to get aggressive in mid. Right? Like that was just wild.
You should run.
Shazam always bounces around the map, doesn't matter which one we're playing. And this time able to convert for some early picks, but now it's go time. You got the lockdown.
30 seconds left.
Rolling Thunder's available for the retake. But as a 3-man team, you just got to push together. Nitro's going to try and lead it. Great paranoid to the back. Dapper all alone with an Ares here, and he is instantly punished, but now it's Nitro, last man standing. Sinatra was there. You had the setup from the breach, Rolling Thunder, and there was no chance for 100 Thieves. Could they finish 6 victory if they can rattle off these last 2? I'd love to see the arsenal they have to work with.
That lockdown was their best chance to take that site. I think also Steel put it in a real unique spot where it would not have gotten picked off by the Ares through the wall. And I also want to commend Dapper for holding on to that Ares too, because they knew that there was a possibility that lockdown could be in play, and what better to deal with it than an LMG right through the wall there, that very fragile wall. So Sentinels they're doing everything right, whether it's these pushes from Shazam early on or just the way that they're reading their pushes on B site. Everything has just been well thought out by this team.
When I was watching Sentinels versus TSM, they did a great job of having their Omen take mid and then just lurk and create an opening. Nitro did exactly that at the start of this round, working with the Suna. They're going to try and push their way up through market. If they can get a first pick, you'll see that spike grab by Steel and rotate to whichever site they need to go.
Yeah. And this is where you're really thinking like, they've done this before. It's now they're actually giving you more time, more space, more control. What could be up their sleeve here? And it seems it was going to be Shazam holding the angle at Tree, but unfortunately for him, the blades don't land. The shots as well don't land. Now Zombs looking to get to work here against Asuna, but he also had to deal with anyone that would be pushing up around Tree. Asuna's still going to be alive though, brought down and a little weakened, but every kill will just continue to add on to his overall total HP. He'll just siphon all of that health, and then Nitro on the cutoff from behind. But a great read from Dapper, expecting that there could be some lurk happening here.
Hiko from range, zooming in with this Vandal, and he's going to find the first. Second one's lined up for him.
Started off as a potentially great take for Sentinels, leads to just some big brain plays from Hiko. He had that ADS Vandal. Don't sleep on that thing. And on top of which, because of that recon dart, there was simply nothing that Sid could do. Shot him right through the wall. So, Pucky, you were right. Like, the best total here for 100 Thieves, 6-6, if they're able to pull this one off. But again, this is looking a lot like Haven, what we just saw.
This is going to be a great series. I hope every game ends 13-10, going back and forth, back and forth. I think, honestly, the crucial win in that one was Dicey pushing through. He had the paranoia to set him up, but he picked up just his 4th kill. He's been off to a really slow start on the attack as Jet, previously shut down as the first player in most of these rounds. He had success, and that opens up the door for Asuna as both of the duelists take site. Rolling Thunder, not available. Just the fault lines and some Aftershock as Sick is throwing everything in his kit to slow down this push on B.
Yeah, and it worked, right? It gave his teammates enough time to be able to get to the side and help him out. But watch out for Dicey over on the flank. They knew that he was coming. There was simply nothing that they could do. Too many bodies to worry about. But the saving grace was Zombs swinging in right from behind at Boathouse. That it was a brilliant half for both teams, keeping this one very close as we switch.
Sentinels just play the safe angles. They set each other up so well. You saw Sinatra picking up multi-kills on the CT rotate. You saw Sick doing it that round. Shazam always in a position to hit you from a third flank. I love the way they play their defense, and their attack, though, against TSM yesterday was even more impressive. 100 Thieves, they've watched the tape. They know what to do. How will they deal with this in the second half?
All right, well, now we're going to get a
This is gonna be fun.
real curious half for Sentinels. I think a lot of people, when they were watching how to play Ascent, were taking a lot of notes from Sentinels early on. This was TSM's domain at one point, and Sentinels kind of just made it their own.
Enemy kill.
Yeah, Shazam used to play Breach on this map, I remember. Shazam, speaking of, gets the kill on Nitro, traded out 4-4. And Sentinels are going to be planting already. This is going to be a retake once they get everyone in order with doors shut. They're just waiting on Steel and Dicey. And here they come.
Yeah, and Dapper as well as Sick. They're so weak. 31 HP, 7 HP. This is a big problem for them, because if they were to lose one of these healthier players, I mean, these weak guys are going to have a lot of work in front of them. Shazam, though, good for the shot. They're actually going to be able to get a few more frags here. 3v2. 2 players going to be tucked away inside a Boathouse. Seal waiting for this one. Dicey gets himself 2. Now here comes Sinatra. He's got halfway. He's so weak, the Jet. He gets it, but it's Sinatra with 3 kills and that frenzy. Puckett, you were highlighting it before. They are so nasty with that weapon. They play tight corners, and they know that spread so well that they never feel like they're at a disadvantage in any of those situations when they're wielding that weapon.
Sinatra just hits the headshots with it. I don't understand all the time how he does it, but the man just makes it happen so consistently. Nice first attack. They get that bomb planted with ease, and then they defend it well. Sinatra in the 1v1 just had his opponent in a tough position, running out of time, forced to go with that defuse. 8-5, you've got the weaponry on the attack. And we'll see what the plan is for the Sentinels. With 100 Thieves, they're going to load up both of the duelists, trying to get aggressive through mid, hopefully. It looks like Asuna's got the Stinger to do the damage with the backup here from Dicey's bait.
And maybe they take that bait? I don't know. They know that someone's going to be poking out there, but this just leaves Asuna in the cubby. Dark cover will certainly help Asuna be able to move around, though.
And if you're a mid player in your matchmaking games, I feel like watch Zoms. He's number 4 on the minimap. He is one of the best on Ascent for a supporting Omen. He's not always fragging out, but he's setting up the move from the rest of his team. As Zoms leaves the middle, though, a big flank is coming through, and you can see there's 4 players making their way into A. Asuna checks the flank. Zoms is down. Now the information is given up, but they've got their opponents trapped.
Yeah, they do, but they know that 2 of them are going to be tucked away in the back, and both kills are going to be clean. That hurts, but still work being done. Top of the scaffolds with that spike down now. Steel down to 10 HP. Weakened players there as well. Nitro's going to be feeling the brunt of that one too. Sinatra was hoping he can actually nail one of them with that shock dart. Doesn't end up happening here. Play toward hell. There's the paranoia. Just has to spam that one outward, but Steel hits him with it. Now going to be a very, very strong winnable opportunity for 100 Thieves. More spam through. They're sick. Can he do it? No. The trade out coming in hot. Nitro gets the tag on the head, and Steel with the defuse.
What a play. Nice retake. They stayed calm. They waited for the paranoia. Zoms pulling out the sheriff, finds 3 in the round. Or sorry, Nitro pulling out the sheriff, finds 3 in the round.
Yeah.
And now we've got the operator in the hands for Dicey. This is what we're looking for if you're a 100 Thieves fan. Sentinels threatening early, but you bounce back in round 2 in a big way.
That flank was very big too, because it forced those 2 players to have to just hang back and deal with that. They knew that they needed to worry about it. But now here we go with Dicey. He's looking to nail one shot here, but a well-timed flash. So Asuna's still alive, and he dismisses out after getting that first frag, leaving Sentinels to pick up the pieces of how to respond in this round.
You still got a paranoia, and you've got your dark cover, which I think they'll invest later in the round, as you can see everyone backing out towards mid. Both teams have won thrifties today.
Yeah, they have, and that's why I don't really feel all that worried about Sentinels. This is going to be an important fight here. If they kill Asuna, they can get this Phantom. But Asuna just so smart, juggling right through that. The paranoia, no, Sinatra! That paranoia kill, the reason why it happened is because he was right in front of him. Now they'll get the weapons, but can they get the follow through? Dicey with 1 kill of his own, looking for another. A big stun, though, coming through is Dicey. Just needs to stay alive. Dapper making magic happen, though. He's pushing around the corner, gets him. Brings down this spike and steals at the other side of the map. But you have one player who's very weak. And the thing is, though, is like if they want to, they can use Hunter's Fury for this. So Dapper is going to need to be a bit of a miracle worker here to give Sinatra the time in case things go poorly. Steel, though, is going to run right into him. And now this is where trouble could strike for Sentinels.
There's the challenge, and Steel is going to punish Golden Boy.
God.
Steel getting it done here for 100 Thieves.
And the thing is he was hoping that, like, as he was spamming through, that he was, like, swinging and looking around. So that was going to be the advantage, that Sinatra could play around that. And in worst case scenario, he could use the Hunter's Fury. But Steel, just like Hiko, they're so good in the clutch.
And Dapper up top, no way for Sinatra to trade it out. And then the challenge in the 1v1. Look how well Dapper played this, though. And it all started. Dicey missed 1 shot. Breach gets on site. The fault line allows everyone else to flood forward. And then Dapper putting him in this position before Steel comes up big in the 1v2. Steel keeping this game tight, and now everyone's got guns to play with. Here's a big fight at the start of A. At every round, it's going to be Shazam going for the high ground, and they couldn't punish like they did against TSM yesterday.
That was another smart play from Asuna, because he goes aggro into A long with the Stinger. At that range, you get the kill, you dismiss out again. Same thing that he did in the last round. But Sentinels read that one brilliantly, and they opted not to full invest into it. Instead, they're going to put some attention toward B, but there's just so much utility for them to deal with from the Killjoy.
Just look at that mini map. This is Steel's palace out here. We need some shock darts on the ground, and those can be expected. Dapper doing a little shoulder peekage on his way into this site. You can see how far back the Omen is playing with Steel, the closest here on stairs.
Ooh, that did not tag him. Are you feeling good about that? Rolling Thunder is going to be played out now. The push coming through, but trades are going to be in the call here as Nitro awaits attention at the back of the boathouse, and Sick, brilliantly enough, just bided his time. Here's Hiko doing the same thing, getting the spike carrier down, but as soon as that dark cover dissipates, so does that opportunity for Hiko as he's going to be wiped out. Sinatra now at the back of the double boxes. Asuna around the corner with this Stinger. Could the Stinger clutch out here again? No, that was just not going to be enough for him. But around the flank, look at the flank. It's Zoms around the flank. Oh no, Dicey gets the kill. They got to get the spike down. They have no choice. They have to make this happen, Sick. But he can't do it. He can't do it. And Dicey catching the flanker. That was big.
Dicey, another big round on the rotation. Asuna with the Stinger has been so deadly with that in his hands. 19 and 11 at this point. Hiko, 13, 13 and 11. Some pretty big numbers, but 100 Thieves not able to clutch that one out with more than 2 guns. They still got plenty of weaponry to work with, and I was looking at the ultimates. What is the plan here for Sentinels?
30 seconds left.
Yeah, well, let's see when we get out of the replays here. But, oh, dude, the final moments of this. Nail biter, and we're already back into the action here. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of ultimates available for 100 Thieves, and they're just awaiting for the mistake. And there's the kill. It's happened a few times already. Oh, Dapper,
I knew there'd be a little
the cages.
desperation from Sentinels. And you saw Shazam try and make a play with the double boost up over the wall. Couldn't convert, and he was instantly punished. Now it's going to be Sinatra trading back with Nitro. It's a 4-on-4. And they've got full site control.
This drone can gather some information. So did get that tag, too. On the flank, you have... who's this going to be? Okay,
Steel.
It's Steel on the flank. Once that wire is destroyed, they know that they're going to have to worry about that, too. They don't really have the weaponry. Yeah, exactly. He can force him right out of the side if he needs to. Big kill, though, as Dapper is just going to swing that one instantly. And there's the Killjoy ult, as you had said, Puckett. Now this is where we see how Sentinels are going to get scrappy here. The Hunter's Fury is going to be in play, but the kills start to come through. 2 for Sick and Zoms. 1 player left alive on the rafters. The lockdown was removed, and that is going to be another thrifty round win for Sentinels.
Nice job to take down the lockdown. 4 ults still remain here for Sentinels. And excuse me, the HUD's throwing me off. It's going to be 100 Thieves with the 4 ults to play with. And they're going to have to put them to work because you've just got Steel with the Vandal. You're going to have Dicey on Blades. And some Sheriff action on Nitro, which he showed you can get a 3K with back in round 2.
Yeah, right. We just saw a thrifty win. We could very well see another one here if Sentinels aren't careful. This win, too, if it is going to be a thrifty win for 100 Thieves, would be massive for them. Zom's getting really aggressive in the middle at first. He's got 3 players surrounding him.
It's Nitro on the other side of the wall. Omen standing next to each other.
They're looking, too. They're waiting for movement, Puckett, but they're not getting it.
And Steel's just going to solo. Really, they're leaving Hiko as the roaming man on that Sova. As soon as they get a glimpse of information, Asuna feels out the mid push as Nitro is the bait. There is the punish. They've got a gun to play with here.
You had highlighted Zoms' play previously with him going into the middle. They were anticipating that, and they played it to wrestle that gun away from him so well. Some more trades now, 2v2. Last player left alive. It's Sick, and Puckett, we could be looking at another thrifty round win. Oh, no. Sick is actually going to get tagged down to 31 HP. Able to clutch 1 shot. Looking for another, though. The flash could be good enough for him. He's trying to bait the shot out. I just don't know. Oh, he had to have seen the feet. He had to have seen the feet, but it doesn't matter because Steel, he was healthier. He had the weaponry, and that is a tied game. Big round for 100 Thieves.
Big round. What, a Stinger, a Sheriff, a single Vandal.
You called
They
it, man.
had some ultimates. They had 4 of them available, only investing 1 in the round as Dicey pops the blades. 100 Thieves getting it done with limited utility.
It was that play. Also, the credit has to go to Steel for just a more stall, right? It doesn't give them the lane to be able to push onto site and not have to deal with any of those players in market and defender spawn. Just brilliantly done from the Sentinel.
Watch this A push, though. This is what they were doing against TSM. They start with the blind, then they're going to send in Shazam through all kinds of smokes. The Paranoia is hopefully going to catch the players in tree. And this time they're going to invest the Rolling Thunder as well. They are hard committing on A.
And the blessing there for Sentinels was that they were able to tailwind through Shazam, so he didn't have to worry about that op. The timing was great for him. And now they'll get onto this A site, but they are beaten, bloody, and bruised with 2 players down. And Asuna in Empress mode could be real dangerous for them. Actually, scratch that. Asuna's going to go down courtesy of Shazam. Now this is going to leave 100 Thieves kind of reeling here. And more that they just have to deal with, right? They know the utility is there. They know that everyone's going to be stacked up on top. But getting through this is going to be so challenging.
Steel's looking for the breach. Sick. Tucked in the corner. Able to punish. Comes down to the 1v1. Steel, can he clutch again? Not this time. Op swings wide left, and Sick is able to hit him through the wall. And that is a must win there for the Sentinels. They come up clutch. 100 Thieves back to low buys.
Yeah, but that was costly as well. So many players died there. So Sentinels can't really get into a comfortable state with their economy. Now, as far as any change-ups here, I like the fact that 100 Thieves, they decided to take the fight to them in mid. That was one of their keys to success in the last round when they won that Thrifty. They are going to anticipate a potential B play here, but also they want to get the orb, from what I can gather. This is going to leave Dapper with gathering some information. He sees where they are.
And they see Dapper now. So how do they react? Are they going for the play or just the orb? It looks like as soon as she's going to scoop up that orb and get out of there. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though, from long A. It's Sinatra tagging him up and takes down Steel. So already one player removed. They know the rotation is heavy every time they go A. Do they back this out? Or are they going to continue to commit?
Big kill, Puckett. He had lockdown available, so in case they needed to retake, what better tool to do so than the lockdown, right? This just leaves their chances very limited on defense, 100 Thieves. This is looking good for Sentinels. See how they choose to react here. Even though, with that said, more kills, 4 kills as a matter of fact, just like that. They didn't need the lockdown. They didn't need the lockdown. They pushed their way into the site.
And I really love that dash there from Dicey. Lands on top of the boxes inside his own smoke, able to spray down the first, causing chaos. Well, you're going to see the flank from Nitro. Finds 3 kills on the round. 100 Thieves in all these rounds that I'm like, oh, Sentinels got it. They've got the setup. Yeah. They're on the site. The takes, the retakes. Pretty clutch, man.
It keeps happening. It keeps happening. This game is so close. Just beautifully done. 10-10. Here we go. Look at this here right away, Puckett. You're going to get early presence in pushing mid, aggression at tree, forcing them back. You're going to get a little bit of a change up here. No time wasted.
Steel still has that Killjoy ultimate. The lockdown is available, and he thought about throwing it down. Going to take his time and look for the picks instead.
Shazam tried to be a hero there, but this is not an action movie, so it didn't really work out for him. No trades are going to be available. The weapon simply not going to be good enough. Yeah, the running headshot. You love to see it, people. Love to see it.
Oh, Asuna just plays with so much confidence as well at that range. He's like, I'm going to hit one of these 3 bullets, and I'm guaranteed to get 3 off. They're not expecting this double push. Charges 2, first 2 bullets connect, and down goes your whole push.
No one expects a running headshot.
Unless you're playing tens, then you're just like, okay, watch this happen to me.
Probably going to happen to me. Yeah. Oh.
No, honestly, the pros, especially with the Phantom, seem to have mastered it. I've been so impressed over just the last 2 months of how much more they're getting away with. Here's a big buy for Sentinels, though. They're going to invest in the triple Stingers And they still have the Rolling Thunder and, of course, the Cypher Neural Theft available if they can get an early pick.
This is to ensure that they could buy for the next one rather than leaving it to chance.
So look for an all-out rush, though, from Sentinels.
There we go. The Rolling Thunder does not connect with Steel. He still has that lockdown, too, so they have to remove Steel as fast as they can, but more of those kills coming in. Hiko's actually going to be behind two of them. Managed to get one. Finally will get cleaned up, though. In a very quick round. Match point here. 400 Thieves. Potential to go to game 3 on Icebox, which, as a reminder, 100 Thieves did win the coin flip, so they picked defense to start things off. We'll dive more into that if it goes to that point. But for Sentinels, their only option now is to simply force an OT against 100 Thieves.
Okay, keep your eyes on this first blood. Is it going down at A main? Are Sentinels going back to their bread and butter that they know 100 Thieves have prepared for, that they watched the VODs last night?
And the change-up in
Will they go for the
too.
slow play based off of Zoms' position? I'm watching player number 4 on that mini-map after you don't see the full commit right away from Shazam.
They changed up where Killjoy was, which could spell doom and disaster for Sentinels.
Got a
if they
pretty good
decide to
read.
push A.
They're waiting for this paranoia. So dark cover is out. Nitro has to hold this strong, and Zoms is not going to find him in time. There is the paranoia as Nitro is cleaned up. Spike's going down 4-on-4 here.
Spike planted.
They're going to need this lockdown. There it is. It's used. And they don't have many choices. They have to take this thing out. They only have a few seconds to do so here. Shazam, though, as he pushes forward. Sinatra's there for the trade. 3v2. Can Sentinels still stay alive in this one? They hold 2 players get detained. They're going to go on the hunt for where they are. They should be able to get these kills with relative ease. Asuna finds one, but the other detained player is going to be trapped in the back of Wine. Here comes the defuse. He gets the stick. He gets the kill. Oh, there's only 1 player left remaining. It's Asuna, and Sentinels still manage to hold on. What a camera!
Not done yet, Golden Boy. Not done yet. Dapper with the quick flick. Finds him with the camera. Good spray. The teamwork was there despite 2 players getting caught in the lockdown.
Just the quick thinking from Dapper to bring out the cam. They know that they had it. No reason to leave that camera on site and potentially leave it to, like, if you're throwing it in common spots, you wait to hold it. Play the quick cam and the hit. And it's just brilliant. All right, here we go. Can Sentinels tie things up and take us to OT?
I do want to give credit to Dicey, the Jet, on defense right now. He was struggling on the attack, had 3 kills for the most part. Now with an op on hand, able to rotate, he has been able to make his presence felt. Will he find a first blood? Or who is going to get the opening pick as Sentinels are trying to load up? They've got 3 over on the B side. Spike hanging out in the hands of Sick as Shazam is overlooking him with the blades.
Oh, the tag onto the Killjoy. They saw where the movement was happening too, so he's just dropping back, hitting a few of those common spots, ends up not netting a kill, but nets him some information.
And Steel is just kind of making noise on site, trying to bait him in, saying, come on in, boys. B site's all yours. Feel confident.
100 Thieves will be left to play for the retake, given the situation that we see here now. Teleport is out. They got a lot of information out of it. And there's the Hunter's Fury on the other side. That tandem play with the teleport and the Hunter's Fury to just get that kill on Zom so big. But now here comes the push, and Steel was anticipating this, able to find one, but Sick will mow him down to size. Dapper gets another one, but Dicey stuffs Dapper right outside. Spike is in play. Sick waiting for any potential push, but Shazam comes in and hits him with a clothesline. Only 1 player left alive now. It's Sick. He's won these clutches in the past, but he doesn't have enough ammo remaining. He's going to need to reload. That could actually cause a problem, though. If they try and make this push happen, they're hearing the reload. They know where he is, and he was not prepared for it. And that is going to be the game, folks. We're going to game 3.
Love to see it. This is the way we want these games to go. Best of 3 between Sentinels and 100 Thieves.
In that, composition stayed relatively the same, but here's a big thing. Sentinels started off on attack 4 rounds back to back to back to back. they were able to put together. And then after that, it kind of fizzled off on the rest of that half. So they're going to need to build upon that. It was a 7-5. I think Sentinels, they're going to want to walk away from this one, maybe looking at more of like a 6-6, keeping things a little bit even, or just getting as many rounds as they possibly can, right? Ideally. But against 100 Thieves, you know, what you want versus what you're going to get are two completely different things.
All right, so 100 Thieves is on defense, still going for the high cage at the start. And he is going to try and solo the A site. And in fact, I'm looking at the mini map. They're just playing from far deep site. It's going to be Hiko and Steel setting up the retake as a 3-man flank is pushing through B.
Dapper's got the intel in the mid. He hears all the footsteps, gets one, knows that another one's going to be there, and actually two, sees both players. So now that means they can play aggressive here on A with that spike down and anticipate this flank coming through.
Steel is so sneaky, using the full advantage of the cage, finds the first, traded out by Sinatra. And now it's going to be Nitro, pinching in from the back end. Hiko is just getting their attention from rafters.
Yeah, and that angle that was being held at the ropes and 100 Thieves, Hiko will wrap this one up with a pretty bow. But I think that because of the fact that that angle at Belt is not as high as it once was, some of the more forward angles that you'll play at the rope by the nest are not going to be as viable anymore. You actually have to try and hold back a bit more. And I think like the changes to this map really do allow for some great options on the retake, especially as we saw happen here in round one.
I just want to give credit to the Sentinels here. This was a game plan that was set up for them to win from the start. The triple flank. You're going to either find everyone at B right off the break, or you're going to get on them on the flank, assuming they're at A. And then the way Hiko and Steel played it, they were just buying time. They stalled out the plant. And then at the end, you could see how the pinch came from both directions. Perfect execution for an opening strat for 100 Thieves on defense. But here come the Sentinels again, and this time they're heavy leaning on B. Almost got a near pick.
And they don't really have much of a choice as well. They are pretty committed on this one. Shazam had nowhere to go. And they're going to send this one straight forward. There goes Steel with his trusty Ares yet again. Curiously enough, though, Dapper managing to get a kill there on the Nitro. This might be enough for them because they see a lot of players here that they don't have to necessarily push this, but they are going to opt to do this anyway. Sick gets another kill. And now with that frag and knowing that there are going to be a few bodies here, they can make their way over toward A. That's where this rotation is starting to happen. And there's no utility for them to get through.
And I like it. A lot of people would just focus on the weapons on the ground. Can we get to those? No, just dip it, go to the other site, make them split. You know Steel loves to anchor a site. He's probably going to hang out there. That gives us a 4-on-2 advantage. As you can see on the minimap, that's how things have played out. Sinatra on Raze, all out of mobility. Doesn't have any blast packs, but does have the grenade to clear high ground.
Oh, as the spike goes down, that shock dart, and there is another big kill from Dicey. So the shock dart does the damage to force back that player, and Sick is really, really low. Also doesn't have the heal as well. He can't heal himself. It's one of the disadvantages of playing a Sky. But now we'll start to see here is pressure will be on 100 Thieves. These players have dialed it back now. Oh, Hiko isn't paying attention, and Sick gets the kill. Now looking for another. Tries to pop that
double
ult.
tap. Ult is wasted, but this spike is going off unless Steel commits. And he's going to get it to half and then try and battle. Double peek, and Steel is good with the dog.
And he has more than enough time. I should say 0.73, but he already got that at half. So job well done. Steel clutching out for 100 Thieves and giving them a second round win.
Oh, and that's a Sentinel failure in my eyes. I don't know if they just stacked up or choosing both to go from the same angle. I know it was a desperation play, but if they just stagger that a little bit, I think they got Steel dead to rights.
Here. I'm happy with Sentinels here because they get the spike down. They force them to drop bodies, right?
I loved everything before that final moment in the 4v2.
The final moment. I'll give you the final moment, without a doubt.
Okay, here we go. Fresh round, new guns. Let's go.
And these changes to A are going to be interesting to see how it continues to play out.
Well, Tasmanian time. Doggy style, as Hiko likes to call it, and that gets trapped up.
Bothers me every time, man. Every
A little bit
time.
uncomfortable.
Still continuing to play this position down low. They haven't quite gotten that spike down yet, but they have a lot of angles to watch. Shazam a little bit too exposed. The shock dart does not come in time. Asuna knows one's there, makes the tag, but there are going to be so many other players here too. There's the swing. So he gets information on 2 players, forcing them to have to back down from their spot now. They heard that rope go up top, but look at these kills now starting to come online, and action movie status for Asuna gets the kill.
If you take too long, they're going to get there on the flank. And this time it was Dicey and Nitro threatening, and everyone else who just took their time. Asuna so smart, though, using that dismiss to scout twice in that round.
Yeah. Yeah, the dismiss there to give them the intel as to where those 2 players are. They had no choice. They had to back out of that position. And to make matters worse for Sinatra, he knew that he was basically done for. The angle was not going to be very favorable to him there.
Six going back to his Bucky. Love to see it. If you just watched last map, he had great success, but he was on defense. So now what is going to be the positioning? As he goes to the Stinger, it's going to be 4-man Stinger rush with Shazam on the Frenzy. Ult not available yet.
They do have this lockdown, though. Could be quite beneficial for them. A big kill here on the Dicey could change the tide of this round, but now with that happening here, and he's, oh, dude, just still living in that camera. Does take it out, but they know that they're going to be favoring toward A. All the rotations are starting to happen here. Big kill as well for Steel there. He knew that Dapper was going to go for this one again. And this is all falling apart. The strafing, the strafing on this zip line. That's something you don't see every day.
You know, guys, I got 4 HP. Let me go find him, says Steel. Finds the headshot instead.
It was just, it was strafing on a zip line. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense scientifically. You know what I'm saying?
One of his mini career highlights, right? Only Steel things. Steel 7 and 2 has been phenomenal on the defensive cipher. His cameras have been on point, especially here on A.
How do you get it going back and forth? How does that work? You know, the physics of that puck, it doesn't make sense to me.
Ooh. Dicey knew where he was going to be, but Shazam is faster on the trigger, and Sinatra catches Nitro peeking. So the aggressive B lurkers removed. Sick is going to find another entry on Asuna already. It's down a 4 versus 2 as Sentinels are looking to finally put a round on the board. As I say it, though, Steel's on the flank, finds a headshot, and is going to slow down this plant.
That's going to be time for the Hunter's Fury too. Maybe Hiko goes for some of those common spots that, like, I was going to say on top of that box, but I just don't think that this is going to be the round where Hiko would go for the investment here. One's going to be behind yellow box. That geometry has been changed recently as well. It's been brought down to the ground. Oh, he actually latched onto it silently, so they have no idea that he's here. They're going to have to check there anyway. And that is a first for Sentinels. They really needed that round. And this opening fight between the Oppers, that was the exchange that gave them what they needed, because then Nitro was just deer with headlights, right? Like, he was just looking all around. He had nowhere to go.
Man on top of you, one underneath. You think you can get a trade kill on the one up top, but Sinatra peeks and earns himself a rocket. So showstoppers available. We got the Blade Storm for Shazam, but you'll expect to see him back looking for the pick on the operator. Is it going to be Dicey versus Shazam right away? Instead, the flash is clean, and Asuna is the first removed from the map.
Sky ult has been popped too, so this is going to sniff out Dicey. He'll have no choice but to shoot this thing, which will expose his location to the right, giving Shazam all the leverage that he would possibly need, as well as sending this nade outright. But no, the tailwind hit the wall, so he could not bail on out of there right behind the A nest.
That was perfect. Grenade forces the jet up into the op shot. Here comes the rocket as it's Shazam and Sinatra looking to close this one down. And you got about 5 health.
Yeah, there's just no options, nothing at all. What a brilliant round. And I'm actually shocked that Shazam was able to get the kill after the updraft, because he was still on the reset. And I don't think Dicey was expecting that.
It's just so nice. You could tell that was a coordinated effort. I'm going to nade. He's got to escape it.
Oh, no,
it's
Asuna,
all set
sorry.
up, though, from Sick with that Hawk at the very start. Perfect flash, and there you see the punish. After those 2 kills, you know A-site's yours.
Yeah, Shazam was lights out that round. Yeah, so Asuna was the one that fell first, and then because of the Sky ult, they knew exactly where to send that grenade. There's just so many things done there in the benefit of Sentinels that they can play off of and use as momentum here for this round. But Asuna holding that angle again, he does not care. This time around, it was going to be him that gets the better of it. Dicey whiffing a few of those blades, trying to get out and get himself into a better position.
Yeah, and that's costly because he does not have a backup gun. Just the classic here for the rest of the round. Nice Hawk is going to find 2. As the push comes in, Zoms cleans up the first kill on Nitro up top, and now it's just 2 more on the left side. As the rotation comes, Hika will join them here on site for 100 Thieves. A tough retake, though, as this should be a Sentinel round.
Yeah, with classics and the angles that they were holding, they just knew exactly where they needed to be. A rough one there for 100 Thieves, but what can you expect? It's even a miracle they were able to get the few frags that they did manage to snag. Now, though, they'll get their weapons back online. We'll see what they do with this op here at A side, or whether the hit is even going to come toward A side again. They favor this one 2 times, and we've seen no presence in mid so far, Puckett. I kind of would like to see 100 Thieves try to punish this a little bit and maybe play it to their advantage. But with the way the map is and it's so big, I guess it just makes sense to keep the bodies on site.
All right, so that the camera set up at B, that is going to clear it. Let Nitro know you're safe to push up. And of course, the calls are being made. We see them at A. Sinatra finding Dicey Operator on the ground.
Big frag for them here, now leaving Asuna to have to deal with this, but actually gets stuck in that ADS state when he was flashed. He couldn't come out of it fast enough. They'll punish him around that corner, and this has just been, okay,
Wow.
I was about to say, if Dapper hit that shot, that would have been bad, but
He had
doesn't.
Zoms in his pocket.
It was Zoms. He had a Zoms in his pocket, exactly. So that's another hit for A, and A seems to be working the old immortal strat, as the kids say.
It just sucks if you're Nitro and Steel, right? You've got your Cypher over at B with Nitro, who's supposed to get ready to paranoid the aggressive push on B. He can't get across the map in time. They're already on it. They've already flashed their way through, and Spike's on the ground. So Nitro at this point is just trying to stay alive, keep his gun. He got 1 kill, and he might be able to find 1 more, but they're coming for him.
And the thing is, with the way that Sentinels played that round, it was pure speed from the beginning. They charged right into A. The moment Shazam got that frag, okay, there you go. You got to stop that foolishness from happening. But I was going to say that the way Sentinels were playing that, a lot of speed, flying into the site, they actually were looking to put an eye. Steel went mid, but by the time he got there, they were already inside of the A site. So there just wasn't really much work that can be done on B for them to help out with that retake. They had already dropped all those bodies because this map is so big and these rotations, they take a while.
Look at that mini map too, Golden Boy. I think Sentinels are playing their plan perfectly. We're going to hit A 3 times hard, then let's reverse it and go B. Now that Hawk makes noise, and that should give up some information over to Steel. Now he definitely knows. Watch your mini map though. Is anyone else biting off of A and rotating to help? Or is this going to be a full retake attempt?
I don't think they're going to have much of a choice. They have the B site here. You get this spike down, but the plant areas are not going to be the best. Break off vision with the dark cover in the backfield. Now Steel will get some assistance. And here we go. They're now going to push for this one forward. The paranoia, even though Steel gets hit with it, though, if actually the rival paranoia instead, Steel's still going to be good for the shot. And they're making this thing work. No time for them to get this spike down. A nasty shot there from Nitro.
Pistols.
A follow-up from Hiko. And it's just down to Dapper here with 2 weakened members of 100 Thieves. He has the stronger weapon, but does he have what it takes to pull it out? No, he can't. Dicey with the frenzy around the corner and a big thrifty round win for the defenders.
Credit to Steel for staying alive and making noise, but I think it's Hiko is the hero of that round. His dart forced them off the bomb. It forced them back yellow, and then the paranoid from Nitro instantly followed up by Steel. 100 Thieves so clean. When they've got a plan in place, they just execute it perfectly. The confidence that you have a teammate to back you up. And they shut it down with a huge thrifty there to make this 5-4.
It's just wild, but They're going to go back to what's been working for them. That's A site. Might as well. Right back to this one. And they are able to buy because they've had a few successful rounds where they did not lose a player. Asuna will not be in that spot. That's what Dicey's just waiting for. Now, with the Wolf coming through, it's going to scout out. Oh, no. Steel was not aware. Steel was not ready for that, for the boom bot to activate. He actually thought that it was going to be taken out or maybe would disarm in time, but it does not happen.
Here comes the ult from Sick. Steel's position, giving up, but he defends himself. And that's a nice kill against Sinatra. Raise removed.
Not exactly where Steel or Zom's is. I think they should be hearing these footsteps by A Nest. There's Zom. So rather than prepare for that one, Zoms, he just continues to lurk around there, causing all sorts of issues. And this will give them a clear path to be able to place the spike down. Now we'll see what they could do on a retake. Pico playing for information. Nitro still going to be inside, forcing him back with Paranoia and around the pincer. They're going to have to coordinate this one to get through this in the dark cover, but no, instead it's the alarm bot placed in a perfect spot. And in this weak and vulnerable state, it's still not going to be enough to take down Nitro. Pico's on the outside, causing a heap load of problems here. Nitro's bait just went out. He gets another frag. That's going to be another big win for 100 Thieves. 2 players for the retake. You have Nitro and Hiko working in tandem. Job well done.
And Nitro hands off the defuse to Hiko, working up towards another Hunter's Fury to close out this half. 2 more rounds to go. And 100 Thieves on the retake. So impressive. After Steel is tagged up, forced out of the site, he gets the win on Sinatra first to give him a chance, and then everyone digging their heels in when they need it most.
So Hiko is at 6-7 for Hunter's Fury. I don't think, though, that you can safely grab an orb on either side for the defenders, because the way that Sentinels have been playing A leaves them no opportunity to do so, and the other orb on B is so far off onto the attacker's side.
Get him.
They were expecting B for 100 Thieves. You can see the rotation instantly. As soon as they hear that bomb buddy and the Hawk coming out, they rotate. Tasmanian Devil finds Asuna this time, as Steel normally plays that position, and the trade is not there. It was the dark cover from Zoms that was different this round.
They have to get Steel out of that spot. And Sinatra had too many players to worry about. Finally, Steel is going to go down. This is deja vu, but this time around, Hiko has a Hunter's Fury. They bait it out, though. They make him play that Hunter's Fury with the bait of that spike, leaving. Oh, Nitro. He sees this. He should know that he's going to be popping up behind him. They have to be anticipating this. He literally did this last round as well.
He's done it almost every round. It's the long flank. It takes forever for him to get here, and that's what Hiko has been waiting on as well.
Okay, well, now they know where Nitro is. Oh, they spammed it through. I think that he maybe have seen the teleport populate before the dark cover went down. Either way, though, now Hiko left in a really rough spot. And Shazam, as he swung around the side, they were just waiting for it. They knew exactly where he was going to be positioned as well. So a good reactive play there from Sentinels, not allowing history to repeat itself.
And there's no one star of this game. Looking at the numbers, everyone is spreading the load around. And I honestly want to see this finish 6-6. I just want to see who has the better attack on this map, as we are still figuring out Icebox. Seems like A site, they've definitely got a plan. The plan is working. B site, still yet to be determined.
I love seeing these kills happen from these alternative angles, because it gives me more insight. Like, that was just great know-how. More attention's going to be put here toward A again. Teleport was used for some information grab. Doesn't really get much there. No one's been exposed yet.
Dicey had to use his dash to get out of that bomb buddy scenario, and turns
Massive
it into
kill.
a kill on Shazam. Nice first blood here for 100 Thieves.
Massive kill, but now they got to see if they can deal with this showstopper here. And no kills, though, but it's actually going to be Sick who gets 2 of his own. And even though he had the beat on Sinatra, Sinatra takes out Steel because there were too many players for him to have to worry about. Seems like this half is starting to fall apart for 100 Thieves. We could be very well looking at a 6-6 here. Only player left alive, it's Nitro. Spike down, 4 players remaining. They know exactly where he is because he gets tagged by the Hawk. And that is going to be the half. Puckett, your wish has been granted. 6-6.
Yeah, man. This is what I wanted. This is what we got. And they even picked Shazam first there. That was just a really nice push by Sinatra, and their Sky played as Sick in this game. Sick got 2 nice flashes. Sinatra immediately pulls out the showstopper, and they convert it into kills. They get the high ground, and they lock this one up. But now you switch it up. Where will 100 Thieves hit? Where do you need to be ready for them? Are they constantly going to hit you at A like your previous opponents have been? Or do they have something with some mid and some B lurks that we haven't seen quite yet?
Ooh, so the advantage of having to Killjoy is that without exposing anything, obviously you get the same kind of value there with Cypher, but they played Cypher on A, is that turret, it's going to inform them right away that there's no one at B. Dapper can push this one freely without a thought in the world. But the alternative here is that we're actually seeing a mid play happen for the Cypher. And now 100 Thieves, they're looking to just fly into this one, but Shazam gets that first blood.
Suna missed his jump. Maybe it was on purpose as he dives down to the floor.
Look at mid. I don't know if they're anticipating mid. Be real problematic. Steel has lurked all the way around the site, but Sentinels are still getting a lot of kills. Steel, though, will be the one to look out for. He's gotten a lot of intel.
He called
Can
the
he
rotation
convert any
too.
kills? Yeah.
Yeah, Steel's just using his big brain saying, guys, we don't have
Dapper
to
has no
force
idea.
it A.
Dapper has no idea the Steel is here.
We didn't see it. You're good. A little bit of panic. We've all been there. And he's going to get out with the cage.
That and not only that, he also plays that wire in the back. They have to remove that wire because that would be another indicator of where they're pushing. Steel's ready for this. Even with him dying there, job well done for Steel in that round. But those kills that happened early in the round actually could end up hurting 100 Thieves here, as Nitro just going to be left to hold this one off on his own. Gets behind the yellow cover, has 9 shots with his ghost. Could be enough. He finds one, looking for another 1v1 here. It's going to be big. Sinatra around the corner, but Nitro again. Oh my word, Nitro. Stop it.
Oh, and I'm not just cheering for 100 Thieves in this one. I'm cheering for clutches. How nice was that? You lose 2 players, you rotate, and you clutch up behind some headshots from an old CS head. Just using that ghost to land it perfectly. What a start here for 100 Thieves. And the attacking team on this map does not have an easy time. The road just got a lot easier here in the second round.
And Sentinels did everything right. You know, they did. The only part was, and it's not one that you can really account for, was that rotation or the deep mid play that Steel made. And now they're going to have to pick up the pieces and figure out what they do from here. They can play fast for B if they want. They have the weaponry. They can take this space instantly. Sinatra knows it too. With only a classic in hand, there simply are just not going to be enough choices for him to make here. He only has one. Just hold this angle.
He just got dinked there as well, and that'll be the end of him as the Bulldog comes in from Nitro. Through the wall, as soon as going to find the second, as 100 Thieves have already picked up 2 of the 5 they need.
Last player standing.
That last round, Puckett, was just brilliant. Absolutely. I'm still reeling about it because the way that at the start, no mid presence at all for Sentinels in their attack, and you get that change up for 100 Thieves. They know that they can abuse that mid because it's not patrolled all that much on Icebox.
So few teams take the time to use the middle of the round. I think all of your top 4 in North America do a good job of it, but there's a lot of burst teams right now, especially if you're used to playing scrims or matchmaking against tier 2 teams. There's a lot of burst teams. The ones that can make the mid-round decisions to rotate and then pull off those with a man down or 2 men down, those are my favorite squads to watch. 100 Thieves and Sentinels definitely at the top of that list.
All right, now they're anticipating. They know that the op is going to be here, 100 Thieves, so they don't want to give up any positions quickly. Oh, Shazam actually gets forced out of the spot, though. He's poking back again, waiting to see one at belt. Does locate him. Just look at that. Nailing him. But Asuna with the insta trade. He's going to level this one up 4-4. He's on the other side here, but 6 going to be good for 1.
Nice pick by Sick. Doesn't hit his flash like he wanted.
And with that high ground control, Yeah, he's got backup. The high ground control, though, and then Steel. He's so meticulous. Big shots have been hit
Last
here.
player standing.
Try as he might, though. Even the mighty fall. And that will be Sentinels finally stopping this reign of terror that we were seeing 100 Thieves put together on their attacking side. They'll keep this within 1.
And that's the first gun round for the defense. We should remind everyone at home. This was 6-6 at the half. Good start from 100 Thieves on the pistol rounds. They get the bonus round. In the gun round, though, Sick and the rest of the crew able to hold strong. Nice positioning by Sinatra jumping up to that high ground.
Oh, man. What a great game we've been seeing here on Icebox. These changes, too, very welcomed. I like the bringing the belt lower. I think there was a lot of height that you had to deal with previously that was just not quite fun to play.
Look at Sentinels this round. They are sending Dapper on the attack. At least they were until Shazam gets first blood at A. Now everyone just kind of holding their positions. They rotate back to the original spots.
Oh, Shazam did get word where Steel is, so he knows Steel's going to be playing low. And they're still looking to play this A side, right? But with Sky and the Wolf, you kind of break that up. Steel does manage to get onto the site, though. Shazam is going to make quick work of him. Dicey up top on A nest. Shazam, not all that aware. Does get the head, though, of one, or sees the head of one, but it's not going to be enough. And even with Dicey having that spot, it will just be a right-click classic that will put him out of his misery. And now we're tied up.
Everybody stays up. Everybody keeps their gun. That is going to continue to help the Sentinel economy. On the other side, you can see 100 Thieves have some tough decisions to make. I assume they'll go with the safe buys, much like they did back on Haven. And it's going to be just a few stingers on the approach here. Dicey, one away from his ultimate. Everyone else ready to pop, though. That's what you should keep your eyes on in this round. And remember, Asuna back on Ascent. His stinger with the Empress was nasty. Would not be surprised if they get a first pick if he pops that instantly.
Just because it's a pistol round or an eco round, I should say, does not mean that without those ultimates, they can turn the tide in their favor here. Shazam has to be careful. And there you saw it, right? That confidence that Asuna had. Thought he was going to get that Lear off in time, but it did not happen in his favor. But they're still going to be going after this one quickly. And the reason why it's this right here, the Hunter's Fury from Hiko. Does he land a shot? Doesn't. What's going on, though? Shazam still holding on in the backfield. This nade should take him out. No, it does not actually, but Shazam would with the Blade Storm.
No big deal for Shazam, just a casual 4K. Starts it off with the operator, finds the other three with the knives. 21 and 11. Shazam making his impact felt on the A site. And honestly, if I'm 100 Thieves, I'm starting to rethink it. I'm like, guys, is this maybe the round we go mid? We got guns, we can play it slow.
Yeah, the round where they won in that that intro round was because of that, because they went mid, because they had that lurk. And they allowed Steel to make that call for them to start rotating. Yes, I do believe that you have put some fear into Sentinels, but right now, though,
this is a B.
An orb grab is going to happen. Oh, that teleport, actually. He commits to it. He holds on to it, Nitro. Sick was not aware of it, but does manage to get that kill. The swing is out, though. Here comes the push on to B.
Did Asuna get hit with that ultimate
Yeah,
from
I was
Sky?
wondering.
That's the question. I think he's going to escape with his life either way. And Asuna tries to make it happen, but Dapper has the exit. Sick now pinching in, removes Dicey from the high ground. 2 on 3 for 100 Thieves. This is where they clutched up early, though.
Shazam has the angle. As soon as he pokes this corner, he'll go for the shot. He needs a better angle, though. He actually has one. It was gifted to him. But still a threat now. Eco is alive, too. That shock dart's going to do some damage. They don't have a lot of time to play around this. Tries to break this up in the picture-in-picture. You can see the work that Steel's doing here. Now it's just down to only one player, and that is it. I mean, Hiko and Steel, just the veterans Whether it's Hiko Steel, Hiko Nitro, they are making these clutches work.
Duo getting it done. The information gatherers. Here's a look at them. Asuna first getting behind enemy lines, grabs the information, knows now where 3 players are coming from. And then Steel just slowly, he was the man lurking in mid all around, starts to pinch in, forces him off the bomb. That was some nice darts from Hiko. And then the 2v1 at the end. 100 Thieves playing it slow and methodical, just like I thought they would. Now they're going back to their fast A hits.
Oh, but Shazam is back in a comfortable position. He was ready for it. Another one, though, but ends up missing that shot. Action movie status, though, and Asuna gets the kill as he jumps forward, and another clean shot for him as well. Sick playing inside of the star cover.
I don't know how that kill didn't land on Asuna. This should never have happened. Now it's got to be Sick to clutch up.
Gets that out of the way, the trap wire. Nitro picked over in A nest.
And Sinatra does have his showstopper. The rocket is available. As they clear sight, they might not even need it.
Oh, it's sent out. But Dapper gets the kill instead. Now it's just up to Hiko. And he, on the opposite nest, that was not going to be good for him. They didn't have to use the lockdown. Well, they got the lockdown now, so they'll be able to use that for the next round. And at this point here, I mean, we're just looking at a slugfest bucket. Back and forth we go.
This is what we wanted. We wanted Icebox between 2 of North America's top teams. I think without a doubt in everyone's listings, you will see Sentinels, you will see 100 Thieves in the top 4. And this is the first time we've seen 2 great squads with fantastic in-game leaders and a ton of preparation featured on this map for North America.
Shazam is going to take the op away from A. They're feeling maybe this could be a B hit, which will be met by Nitro.
Hawk sees nothing.
Sinatra just goes far.
Yeah, they did catch that one player was blinded there. So Sick is going to stay in his position. Normally he rotates to A already. He might be in the right spot to catch everyone who's trying to push up mid here. And that's 3 players stacked.
He's going to force Asuna out. Asuna just can't do anything. There were two nano swarms stacked there. So his movement options, he couldn't make way onto the defender side. So he ends up dying. They lose 2 players. Shazam's got this angle. Oh, he saw it. It's Nitro. You got to be careful. You know, he sticks those 1-taps with the... Ooh, he heard the TP. Stick those 1-taps. No problem. There it is. That's exactly the problem. We're still making these kills happen, and Shazam can't contribute. Ooh, actually does do some damage. Shazam needs to be careful. Another paranoia forcing him out now. They don't have time. They have to make a play here, Puckett.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Sinatra's waiting on the other side, and that was an eco round for 100 Thieves.
Just the fact
Probably
that
lucky to get
that.
double peak there in Kitchen, but they'll be happy to pick up those kills, and now they're going back to the buy. Let's take a look here at the ultimates. Sick is 1 away from his. First, reliving the highlights. Sick gets the early information. The lockdown is there from Dapper in case they were pushing through A. Everyone is able to focus their attention mid, and once you got them locked in the kitchen, you just watch every exit and shut it down. If we can peek the scoreboard one more time, I believe we are 1 away from a dicey... Oh, no, he's far off. Okay, so he just invested that a round ago.
Yeah, but Austin is going to be very close to his Empress here. Won't matter all that much, but it's going to be very good for Austin to get the ball rolling, getting a few of those big frags. Dapper needing to just play back. He knows he knows that they're by that yellow box, and you always have to expect that that breakup in Vision's going to happen, leaving Dapper in an island on his own. But Dicey gets the kill. Ooh, Shazam had 2 choices to go for the shot, but he went for the further one, ended up paying for that one.
Dicey's backed up, playing this one smart. They've worked around the smoke so well here for 100 Thieves. Nitro setting up his offer perfectly. Out comes Sky ult as Sick is going to invest. Now they're getting aggressive here on yellow, and that's going to turn into a double, shutting down the Hunter's Fury from Hiko. And this is the round.
No, 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 no. They got to be paying attention. They got to be paying attention. He can shoot through the smoke. He's got to go through this one here. Then he get the kill. No, he can. And then Shazam is going to get it instead. That dark
I can't
cover.
believe how close Nitro was to doing it again, Golden Boy. Almost gets the third kill, and what looked like a round Sentinels 100% should have had locked up. Shazam just sticks it in the smoke and gets away with his life, but that was so close on the second right click.
Yeah, could have gone either way. I mean, 6 heroic play here, too. Getting the Opera, and he... Massive. I think if it was just a little bit to the left, he could have gotten that kill. Match point now. This is it.
As always, Sick throws out the Hawk. This time is going to spot just the Cypher. As he waits out the flash, they're going to make their move into A, and Steel has already given up his position, but converts it into a kill on Zombs. Asuna comes flying out, almost catches Shazam. They've got to surge forward, and they got to find this kill, and they will. 3 straight.
I know exactly where you are.
Provides them the plant that they need. Retake will be very challenging here. Sinatra holding on to that Odin. Yeah, he ain't gonna get much done there. And that just leaves Dapper all by his lonesome. So it was about the speed at the start of this round. And, you know, shockingly, Shazam missing that shot. He gets that shot off. You're looking at a stall and giving Sentinels time to regroup and help out on A.
Good.
I'd love a mathematician, a statistician, someone who loves looking at the in-game numbers after the games are over. Tell me, how many rounds did they lose when Asuna pops his Reyna ult? They seem to be perfect from what I've been keeping track, and that's another one for 100 Thieves. We thought it might be 13 10s across the board. We're in a position where we could see some overtime if 100 Thieves can convert here on an 11th round win.
What a game we've seen. Every match has gone down to the wire, the distance. Here are the buys, and Sick doesn't have no money. Just a stinger, some utility perhaps. But all eyes, for me at least, are going to be on what Shazam does. He has been unreal this game and has the capability to close this out here. But he won't get any activity. For right now, it's going to be focused toward getting that orb, maybe getting some information on B.
Yeah, I think Steel is actually going to lead them to A. It's a delayed A push. So Steel cambered out into the A right corner. Check that. Now he knows he's got to clear the left side. But they got the rotation to bite early. You can see how deep the killjoy is from Dapper. Sinatra, nowhere near the A site at the moment. If they go in the next 10 seconds, they have a huge chance here.
Yeah, but if they don't, they could be met by Dapper on the flank. Shazam is still alive and nails a shot right in the face of Steel, looking for another one, but doesn't hit it. Instead, it's actually going to be Nitro who picks up that kill. Trades coming through. 2 players left alive now. 3 on the other side for 100 Thieves. Shazam, he has too many angles to look at, but he knows that Hiko is going to be low. That shock dart was dangerously close to hitting him too.
There's where the bomb plan is.
There's
And Dapper
Dapper on the
has finally
flank.
arrived. There's the double. Now it's a 2v1 for the game.
It all boils down, what can Nitro do? He's been clutch before, but it ain't gonna happen this time. And Sentinels will win, moving on here at the JBL Quantum Cup. What a series.
What a finish from Sentinels. What a series across the board. Switching it up and getting the job done, Golden Boy.
Yeah, that was unreal. Vanny, welcome back. I mean,
Thank you.
what a great series we had. I told you Icebox wouldn't disappoint. No one believed me.
No, I've
Now
got
you see.
chill.